important message. Please hold for a very important message. Please hold for a very important message.
Foodiegang, gang, gang. Foodiegang, gang, gang. Foodiegang, gang, gang. What is going on? What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. We are back for time for tea at 9:07. Good eat. And today we are gonna get into it. I am sorry for my lateness, y'all. Y'all know how I do. I've been trying to, but you know I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. But hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Keep the stove on by sending a super chat with your thoughts, a super sticker, stars on Facebook or Cash App. You know, let's keep that stove on. Let's keep these hot topics coming, keep on rolling, keep on rolling. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me okay. You're right, yeah. Okay, we have an action-packed show. Yesterday we talked about the inmates that escaped a New Orleans jail. And during that live stream, I realized that this was going to be a hot subject because there's 10 inmates that escaped. So the story is, ongoing. There's new developments breaking. I yesterday when we were on live, I said, "Oh, well, I wonder how they found the other inmates." We're going to get into that today. We're going to talk about how they found the inmates. Today we got our Irish breakfast tea. No, sorry, English breakfast tea. English breakfast tea. I got my hot water here. Y'all know it's time for tea. And let me play another little video so y'all know what we at.
Please hold for a very important message.
Okay. It is time for tea. It is time for tea. Hey, Joanne, how are you? How are you? Said good morning, having coffee instead of tea. I normally drink coffee, but I want to try to drink, I'm trying to drink more tea because sometimes the coffee like makes my stomach upset. So I'm trying to drink more tea. So when I started this segment, Time for Tea, this does make me drink more tea because honestly, when I'm not here, I have coffee. I'm be honest with you. And Joanne, we are gonna get into that story next time. I gotta do some research on it. I keep every time I see you, you always bring it up. We always talk about it. But and I also like this segment because we're able to talk about food, talk about hot topics, talk about celebrities, and then we go over to the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we get to do a little bit of both here. And I really, really like that. But before we get into the hot topics, I do have some videos. I'm going to take you guys over to my TikTok and show you guys what my TikTok looks like. Let me drop some links into the chat. I'm gonna put the link for the video yesterday where we really broke down the whole inmate situation. We talked about how it could have happened. I had a couple of videos here and I had some people join the panel and like we really like, talked about our different theories on how we think these people walked up out of jail. It's absolutely crazy. When they escaped out of jail, they were in the county jail, even though some of them were convicted of some pretty serious charges. Well, when they escaped out of jail, the the victims and their family had to flee. They were scared for their lives. So they went into hiding. And it was just it's it's wild because you gotta think if you were in a town and a whole bunch of people broke out of jail, wouldn't you be scared? I know I would. I know I'll be scared, and especially if you're like sending your kid to school. That's scary. I would not want to send my kid to school with a fugitive on the loose, 10 of them at that. Oh my goodness. You know what, Joanne? Right before we got on here, I actually was looking. I was watching the news and they were talking about the P. Diddy case. They were talking about the Astroglide that was found. They were talking about the guns that were found. They were talking about the stilettos. And y'all, I was like, I see why they say he had an enterprise. All that baby oil. Hey, Silver Dumplings, how are you doing? How are you doing? I have not seen you in a while. How have you been? But yeah, all that stuff that he had up in there. I'm like, yeah, that wasn't for just you and another person. That had to be a. But my thing is this: why don't we see more people on trial? Why don't we see more Cassies? Why don't we see? You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't we see more victims? I guess you would call them victims. Like, why is Cassidy the only one? This man seemed like he had a lot of baby oil. That's a lot of people that need to be on this case. I think that's what the public is saying. We want to see more people. I don't know why it's just Diddy and Cassie. There should be hundreds of women allegedly, in my opinion. Um, and Silver said, nice to see you today, though. Yes, we're in the kitchen. I'm at my kitchen table. But we're not by the stove today. But we're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk. Anybody, I'm gonna drop the link later on in the show. You guys could come up and join if you want. That's exactly what I was thinking. Why would he do that with his kids living there? Yeah, and what did they say? They were probably like, Daddy, why you got all this baby oil? Because Ava, I don't know about y'all kids, but Ava nosy. She can read now, right? And she can read real good now. So when I be texting, she be looking over my shoulder reading the text. I'm like, back up. And now she wanted to eat my food and stuff. I'm like, I kind of like when you didn't like what I like, when you couldn't read. Now you want to know everything that's going on. So his kids were living there. And, P. Diddy, I'm sorry, my y'all might hear a little clinking. P. Diddy was always on tour, always had some work engagements, and it sounds like these freak offs allegedly took a couple of days. When was he there to be a parent? How was he doing all this? I will never forget, as long as I live, this whole baby oil situation. I I feel like everyone going forward, when we use baby oil, we can never unsee what we saw. ASAP is another one that got in trouble. Are you talking about when he was on trial and it was ASAP Relly that was like accusing him of doing some things, or did he get in some other trouble? Joanne be having the scoop, okay? She be having the scoop. Okay, so I dropped that first link in here. That was yesterday when we talked about the inmate situation. When I have black tea, I noticed that I don't like to let my tea bag seep for too long because it'll get like bitter. So I have my little dish here to put the tea bag in. Um, and Joanne said yes, he was smug. What does that mean? What does that mean? Let me know, y'all. Yes, keep the stove warm. I sent the super chat, y'all. We gotta support this channel, support that channel. Okay, so the first thing I was gonna do is take you guys into my Facebook, my TikTok. I always take you guys into my Facebook group, but I want to show you guys my TikTok page today. And I have a couple of videos, short videos that we're gonna watch to kind of, get the icebreaker kind of gets warmed up before we get into the inmates and everything they have going on. Oh, Joanne said it means they feel they can get away with what they do. Yes, and you know what? I feel like this year has really shown a lot of people, because I already knew this, but they did not know this. That I feel like this year has shown a lot of people that nobody is above the law. Nobody is too big to fall. Honestly, if are famous, you're rich, and you're, doing really good in life, I feel like the fall is going to be harder for you because, like, Diddy's probably used to like being in mansions, yachts. Now he in prison, scared to drop the soap, or maybe he won't to. Look, anyway, I'm telling you, you got to be humble because life can change in a moment. Okay, in a moment. Okay, so here's the disclaimer. The views expressed are those of the individuals, not 907 Goodies. While we aim for accuracy, we cannot guarantee completeness or reliability. Use the information at your own risk. Let me get us situated. Okay, I'm going to show you guys my TikTok. Okay, so I actually joined TikTok late. So this TikTok is pretty, probably like a year old, maybe. That's definitely the wrong button. Definitely the wrong button. One thing I like about being on the kitchen on my phone, it is so simple. But then when I get the StreamYard, it's then it gets complicated. Um, so here is my TikTok. So yeah, I got all my videos here. Um, and like I said, I started this. It was probably like a year ago. And here are all my videos. Y'all check it out. Follow me on TikTok. And y'all know how I do. I'm always posting food. This was during our Christmas marathon. So what we did like I think it was like seven to 10 episodes in 4 days. I can't remember the exact number, but we did a lot of. Oh, this is when a lot of live streams. This is when I did the hot sauce taste test. Oh my goodness, y'all! And Ava joined in the taste test with me, which I was very surprised about. It was so. And then this is the meatball sub. I mean, ooh, this is a cheese platter with the wine, spaghetti for like I think it was spaghetti for 40 people. I made spaghetti for my daughter's classroom, and I brought it, and the kids were so happy. They're like, "Thank you so much, Miss Letitia." Or they call me Ava's mom. And then we had pizza night. Ava made her pizza, and I made mine. We had a lot of fun. We honestly used to make pizza at home a lot when she was younger. And then this was Halloween, chicken and waffles. So yeah, y'all, check your girl out on TikTok. We up there doing big things. So we got a ton of videos. This right here, I have not used in a while. It's a sandwich maker. It's so good. Ooh, this is fried catfish, homemade mac and cheese. I got some hot sauce, some homemade tartar sauce, and some green beans. Oh man, it was here. Okay, so those are the videos. This is my TikTok page. Y'all go ahead and follow me on TikTok. Now I'm gonna go into the videos that I want to share with you guys, and let me put my headphones on for this. Keep my headphones on for this. Okay. I think the first one we're gonna start with is the mukbang in the car. There's this guy. I'm gonna make sure my hair is not jacked up. This is gonna drive me cray cray. There's this guy that's doing a mukbang in his car.
See David's hot chicken. David's entire load. Need some of his sweet sauce too. His tenders are piping hot. This is how you eat David's fries. Spectacular. I'm about to go real messy on David's buns.
He is getting down in the car. He ain't playing. I never had Dave's hot chicken. I never had that before. We don't have one where I'm at.
So
Now that right there, that's a stomach burner. That like mac and cheese. Hey outdoors, what's going on? What's going on? What's up, Drip? What's up, Drip? We're gonna be talking about the inmates again, but we just I'm showing you on my TikTok page and we're just going over a couple of videos, kind of break the ice, wait till everybody get up in here. And I agree. That does not look like something that I would order, but hey. But it definitely looks like a stomach burner. It's kind of giving Taco Bell.
gas.
Did y'all see that he poured the sauce in his mouth? That is disgusting. Okay, he doing the most. But this is what you gotta do to go viral. I find that even when I eat, the more like messy, the more slurping I be doing. I think people like that stuff. And it's like he's gross, but are we weird for watching him? um. Okay, Drip. Y'all go check out Drip's YouTube channel. I like the food stuff. Good vibes. My brother likes Taco Bell. Oh, you know what's so funny? I had Taco Bell the other day, and I never eat Taco Bell. I don't know what happened, but my stomach hurts so bad after I ate the Taco Bell. Ever since then, I was like, nope, I ain't eating Taco Bell no more. And I was telling Ika how Taco Bell made my stomach hurt, right? She was like, this is my 8-year-old daughter. She was like, Taco Bell makes everybody's stomach hurt. I was rolling. I was like, hey, well, you got a point. Taco Bell made everybody's stomach hurt. I don't know why I ate there. I just had a moment of weakness. Really, Trip? He said I used to do mukbangs. Wow, I never knew that. I never would have guessed that. Wow. Yes, I ate Taco Bell and I paid the price. My whole day was ruined after that. Okay, this is what happened. I be doing Uber Eats now, and like it was just one day where I kept going to Taco Bell. I kept smelling it because I had it in my car. And so I made me want Taco Bell and I ate it. My son was hurting so bad. And I said, nope. I wish outdoors was with me. Drip, when you did mukbangs, what kind of food did you eat? No. I would never do that. A Taco Bell mukbang, man. I'm gonna be out of commission for a whole week. Y'all ain't gonna get no lives, no content, no nothing. I'm be in the hospital. Oh, yes. There's people that do like a lot of like home cooked meals for their mukbangs. That's kind of what like you guys have seen me do here. I'll cook my own food. And then there's some people who do like fast food mukbangs. Or they'll go places, get food. But you know what I noticed? All them mukbangs make you eat too much. I feel in my personal opinion. Now, some people oh, you have halal food. Okay. Some people can eat whatever they want and not be affected. I am not that way. So I don't want to do a lot of mukbangs. I need to eat less already. Yes, yes. That's how they got me. I was smelling Taco Bell. I was delivering Taco Bell. I kept going to Taco Bell that day. I said, you know what? This might be a sign. It wasn't. And yes, they got me. But you know what I did one time? You know the Mexican pizza? I think that's what it's called from Taco Bell. I made it at home one time. It was so good. And I made sure I put enough cheese on there. It was delicious making it at home. But this is too much for me. He got 52K views, I believe.
That sauce was gassy. See David's hot chicken. David's entire load. Need some of his sweet sauce too.
I shook a little bit. Okay, we're talking about jail today, and this is a video from prison. And this guy has a catering business inside of prison, is what it looks like. Tell me.
Man, working hard. The boy working hard. Okay. But show head. But show head. Put me on TikTok, bitch. Yeah. Man, working hard. The boy working hard. Okay. But show head. But show head. Put me on TikTok, bitch. Yeah. Man, working hard.
Look at this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is this. Okay, so yesterday on the show, we had Fear No Mortals up here. We were talking about how they made good money in prison. If he sells each one of these for $20 and receives all the money off of Cash App, allegedly, I don't know if they use Cash App, but it's what I think they do. That's a lot of money right there. He got a catering business inside of prison. Okay? And then if somebody put money on his books, and then if somebody puts money on his books, sorry, y'all, my phone's vibrating. If somebody puts money on his books, he goes to the commissary. I'll be dropping that soon, Drip. He goes to the commissary and he spends like $50, right? And then he's able to make all these different servings, and he sells each one of them for $20. No, he's doing good. That's how you flip your money. And he got a whole business. And there's nothing illegal about this because all the stuff he got is probably from the commissary. Now, would I eat that food? Probably not. But you got to think about it. They are in a different situation than us. And then I don't say, is that a my bucket he using? I saw that my bucket. I don't know what's going on with that my bucket. Maybe that's how he carries around his supply. But look, you gotta make it do with what you got, okay? He's in prison. He gotta make money somehow. And Aldor said, zoom in on that my bucket. Okay, let me see if I can. You see. It made me mad. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all. I got this. I'm figuring it out. Okay. Oh no, I'm gonna take this off the screen real quick. And then I'm gonna get this to the right point. Cause I do kind of want to see what was inside that my bucket, but let me get this right first. I wonder how much he's selling these for. I just said $20 because I remember I did a live stream talking about how they be frying chicken in prison. And oh my gosh. I did a live stream talking about how they were frying chicken in prison, and I think they said that they were selling the plates for $20 a piece. So you can make some good money in here. Okay, it's not gonna work out. We're gonna move on. It's giving me a lot of trouble. But it looks like they have some bags in there or something. But I try outdoors. It's too much. It's not working. But yes, they are up in jail, making this is how you improvise. This is making it happen. I don't hear no excuses from anybody out here. Okay. Y'all know that show 600-Pound Life. Oh, and you know what? I kind of want to read the comments a little bit on that last video. Let me go back. Oh, well, damn. And I said, so this what Babe been needing $40 for? Man ain't never cooked for his family, but got locked up. Become plates by man, LLC. This man is catering an event. Get it? Bro, I ain't heard that type of laugh. Okay, so yeah, in the video, the dude was laughing. Someone said they make prison look fun. I didn't get that. I didn't get fun from what I was looking at, but okay. And then someone said ain't getting jumped for at least a week. Hothead said, this reminds me every day that nothing is worth going to jail over. Exactly. Okay, so this is my 600-pound life. And so he is reenacting what 600-pound life is like. And it's hilarious. Let me kind of sound back one. That will help.
I know it's going to be a long drive, so we have to get some food. Steak and Shake is my favorite, so it has to be our first stop.
What do we have?
All right, can I get a number 4 large?
So the bacon stick or bacon combo, just a sandwich?
Yeah.
What kind of drink?
It's a double stack, right?
Yeah, it's a double bacon burger.
Okay.
Comes with ketchup, pickle, and onion, that's fine.
Sounds good.
All right, what kind of drink are you doing, sir?
Can I get the red velvet milkshake?
Red velvet shake. All right. What else today?
And then can I get a number 5 large with a Diet Coke?
Right here. 1 second.
All right,
My health
thank
is
you.
important to me, so I have to have a Diet Coke with my shakes. And when the food comes, is the highlight of my day.
Sounds good. Appreciate it. All right, thanks. You too.
And when I take that first bite, the food just melts in my mouth.
One you want it? 2 pies more the burger, please.
I got 2 burgers because I thought I was going to be able to save one for later. I guess not. My legs are starting to cramp, so we're going to make a stop so I can stretch.
This is how they really be on the show, though. Just like it just be crazy. But look, look at how he made himself look fat. This is hilarious.
And once I stretch, I build up an appetite.
Appreciate it.
So I had to get more food. I really want some of my wife's burrito, but I'll be fine.
You gonna eat? How you gonna eat your food? Eat her food.
But if she doesn't finish it, I'll be next in line. We're headed to see Dr. now.
So this, I don't know if you guys have ever seen My 600-Pound Life, but it is a show on TLC, and it's its own thing. And like when you be looking at how much food these people eat, it's crazy. I just say our food is so alterated. I don't know what that word means. It's hard to stay fit even if you don't eat out. The out food is probably max GMO, max non-organic. Yeah, that's you don't even have to eat fast food to be, but it's a lot, y'all. But yes, he did like a little spoof on My 600-Pound Life, and he's kind of making fun of them for how they be acting on our show. They do be acting pretty wild, in my opinion. All right, so this is my TikTok page. Y'all go ahead and follow me on TikTok. I am gonna stop the screen share, and we're gonna get into the show. And then I'm gonna drop that link. Okay, so what happened was that there was 10 inmates that escaped from the county jail in New Orleans, and they've been on the loose. It happened about 6 days ago. Since then, and as of right now, 5 of them have been captured and 5 are still on the run. And we talked about it yesterday because I was like, I'm curious to see if we're going to see anybody that helped them be arrested too. They did arrest 2 women for helping. And I believe that they housed them, maybe even got clothes. So we got a lot to talk about. And we're going to hear from the maintenance man that was arrested for helping them. We're going to hear from his lawyer. And his lawyer is alleging that the maintenance man did nothing wrong and was a victim. I say this. Let me put this camera up. When you are on trial, you gotta say what you gotta say to get out. Okay? You gotta really like play it up, so he's saying that the maintenance man was a victim, is what their story is. That's their story, and they sticking to it. I'm argue at the moment. And Alger said everything uses the same ingredients, and that's scary, dangerous to some. That's scary, dangerous to people's health. Look at creamer ingredients, and go look at juice ingredients, oil. I don't know why I cannot read today. Okay, so I dropped that link. So, it's a lot with the inmates. A lot has been going on. 5 are still on the run, and 5 have been captured. Today, we're going to talk about how some of them were captured. Where I'm also going to show you guys what the lawyer is saying for the maintenance man, and he's saying that he's a victim. He was taken advantage of. He was scared. He's saying that's what he's saying. There also was 2 women that were arrested for helping. I believe it was 2 of the inmates, or maybe it was 1 for helping. Hey sis, what's going on? What's going on? Afterwards, what you laughing at? See, this is why I need coffee in this cup, not no tea. To wake me up. Okay. Let me get a video pulled up, and we're gonna get right into it. The link is dropped. Anybody wants to come up and share your thoughts? And we're gonna have a chill show. We're gonna chill out today. We're gonna talk about some stuff today. We're gonna talk about some stuff. Outdoors, what? Outdoors, what you talking about? What you talking about, outdoors? Oh, yes. Okay, so this is why it is important to vet every story I get. Yesterday I heard some news. I wouldn't research it. It wasn't true. I was like, but that's okay though. That's why we need to do our research and do our due diligence. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Because people be out here telling stories. But that's why it's good to research. Make sure you got the right source, all that stuff, all that stuff. Oh, this is tea. I said I wish I had coffee in this cup. This is an English breakfast tea. I don't really like it though. I feel like it's like drying my mouth out. I wish I had more of the chai tea left. I gotta get some more chai tea. Oh, and the Earl Grey, I really like that one. Alex said he don't trust them. I don't blame you, but honestly, in today's time, who can you trust? I think it's a question. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go with the first video. It's kind of gonna give us a backstory about what's going on. Let me just share the screen. We're gonna get right into the content. So this was 14 hours ago. So this story happened, or not story, but they broke out 6 days ago. But with them being escapees every minute, every hour, every day is very, very important. And it's very important that they also catch these people, because it's like they're running around here on the loose. And if they go to another state, it's like, dang, So let me get the fair use up there. But yeah, so every day matters. There's 5 escapees on the run. I'm sorry, I'm like clicking all these buttons. Okay, 5 Orleans Parish escapees still on the run. This was 14 hours ago. Let's get into the content.
Tonight, multiple Orleans Parish inmates are still missing as new video shows 3 of them walking through the CBD just an hour after their escape. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Devin Bartolotta.
And I'm Sharice Gibson. So no new arrests today as the search continues for those 5 men, but we've still seen plenty of developments.
And this afternoon, the governor signed an executive order directing multiple state agencies to take aggressive action to rebuild public trust and tighten oversight.
Meanwhile, a jail employee arrested yesterday is now saying he's wrongfully been caught in the middle. We'll explain in a moment.
But first, 2 area women are now in jail, accused of helping some of the fugitives after they broke out. Our Whitney Miller has the latest.
The search continues for multiple inmates who escaped from the Orleans Justice Center. Several have been captured, but others remain on the run.
They should be arrested for doing this.
We talked with a victim of one of the captured inmates over the phone. He asked to stay anonymous, but wanted to share how dangerous it is when people help these fugitives.
I would leave town if I was anybody dealing with those 5.
Now, 2 people are behind bars, accused of helping some of them after they got out. 32-year-old Courtney Harris of New Orleans and 38-year-old Cravante Baptiste of Slidell were arrested. State police say Harris was in contact with one escapee who is still missing, and she allegedly drove 2 others around the city. Baptiste is accused of helping Corey Boyd, one of the inmates now back in custody.
So she was just helping everybody. She's driving around the city, all that stuff. So because this is something that's really never happened before, where 10 people have escaped jail, they are going to hold these people accountable, and I feel like they're definitely going to jail. They're definitely going to jail. Kiki, what you talking about? She said, blizzy, blah, blah. And then Aldo said, this is crazy. I hope they behave while they're out. Who? The inmates or the women? I'm not sure what his charges are, but maybe they're going to announce them. There's so many inmates, and I know that a lot of them do have some serious charges, though. But I'm having a hard time. I feel like I need like a CSI map, or those maps that they have like in the interrogation room, because it's a lot. But let's get back into the video. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Investigators say she stayed in contact with Boyd and brought him food while he was in hiding. Boyd was arrested near Iberville and Treme, right by this gated apartment complex. It's where officers focused their search before taking him into custody. At a press conference, state police made it clear helping fugitives is a dead end.
If you are helping and assisting these fugitives, allowing them to remain uncaptured and not brought to justice, there will be consequences.
Harris and Baptiste are charged with felony accessory after the fact, a crime that carries up to 5 years in prison.
The 2 that was arrested last night, they got 5 years they got to deal with now.
Frustration is growing in the community over how authorities have handled the escape and the ongoing search.
I mean, on the other hand, I think that the sheriff should resign her position because it seems like she doesn't know what she's doing.
Oh, she should definitely resign. And I played a video yesterday. She pretty much doubled down and said, well, we can't watch everybody. We got 1,400 people up in here. It's not my fault. She got like, in my opinion, she got a little like black womanish about the whole situation. Did she cop an attitude? It's like, why do you have an attitude? We're asking a serious question here. Under your watch, how does all this happen? She pretty much said, we can't do it all. We can't watch everybody. Things are going to happen. It is what it is. It is. And look at her face now. She got a little stank attitude. Like she got a stank attitude, if you ask me. Like she mad. Lady, they're mad at you. But they want her to resign. I feel like she should definitely resign. If I do a job, say I'm a babysitter or a preschool teacher, and 10 kids go missing from the preschool, should I not retire or should I not resign my position? If 10 kids go missing while I'm watching them, lady, you're supposed to be overwatching the jail, you're over the whole system, and 10 people go missing and they walk out of jail, yeah, you should resign. I don't see why that's a big problem. Conversations with MJ. How are you doing? How are you doing? She said, hey sis, hope everything is well with you. I'm traveling, so I want to say have a great stream. I will share it. Thank you so much. And Conversations with MJ makes great content. And my sister likes stuff like this where it's like crime. So I actually reposted your link on my Facebook page so that my sister could watch your content, anyone else that likes that. But she really breaks it down from her perspective, like a psychological perspective. It's very, very good. I find myself watching it also. Yeah, she obviously right. Look at her face. Lady, 10 people walked up out of jail. No, they ran up out of jail. And you got a stank attitude? She should be apologetic. She should be looking like she feel like she's sorry. Y'all, are you getting I'm sorry from this face? And from her little speech that she gave, if you don't have I'm deeply sorry, it was my fault, you just don't even comment. Don't even say nothing.
And I think that the jail doesn't know what they're doing either.
There is a $20,000 reward for information that leads to the capture of each remaining escapee. In New Orleans, Whitney Miller, WWL, Louisiana.
One Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office employee is also facing charges related to the jailbreak. Tonight,
anybody that helps, in my opinion, needs to be reprimanded. And since she got them duck lips, yeah, she got them duck lips that you be seeing all over the Instagram and Facebook and stuff. Like you're on the clock, right? You know there's paparazzi here taking a picture of you. She just don't care, and I don't like her attitude. Outdoors, that part, and Illuminegro. Illuminegro was up here yesterday on the panel, and he said the same thing. He said that maybe this is politically motivated, and the jail maybe the jail helped them. Maybe they went out their jobs. I don't know, but them men didn't just get up out there on their own. Okay, sis. We got a lot of videos, so don't even worry. We're gonna be up here. So let's get back into the video. They're talking about the maintenance worker who also helped the inmates, and he is behind bars now. He has lawyered up, and we're going to hear from the lawyer.
We're hearing from his defense attorney.
He claims he was caught up in the middle and was only fulfilling a maintenance request ordered by a deputy. Lily Cummings explains.
Michael Kennedy says his client, 33-year-old Sterling Williams, is innocent.
That he was used as a tool by the escapees and is being used as a fall guy by Sheriff Hudson.
The defense attorney admitted that Williams turned off water to the cell 10 inmates eventually.
Look at that, just running out of there. So the maintenance man is alleging that he's being made to be the fall guy by the deputies. I do believe a little bit of that part. Because in a situation like this, they're going to rush to put blame on somebody to cover their own selves. So I do believe that they're throwing him under the bus. How you going to send me in here for a maintenance order, and then they're going to threaten to shank me if I don't turn the water out and help them out, but you send me in here? What if the deputy knew that? I don't know. I do feel like it is not just on the maintenance worker himself. I do feel like, in my opinion, allegedly, the jail has something to do with it. I don't think it was just one little maintenance worker. No, y'all knew about it. Cause ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Escaped from, but says there's more to the story.
He was told by a deputy there was no work order. He asked, and the deputy convinced him that as he was there, could he just look at it? He assessed the situation, determined he would have to shut off the water to fix it, which he did in his role as jail plumber.
The inmates were then able to saw through these steel bars and escape behind a toilet. Court documents show one of the
Okay, that was a lot of information. I'm going to scroll it back a little bit just so we can hear the defense attorney's story one more time so we can really analyze it. Because for me, that was a lot of information. I do feel like the jail has something to do with it, though. I do believe that part. Let's see.
The defense attorney admitted that Williams turned off water to the cell 10 inmates eventually escaped from, but says there's more to the story.
He was told by a deputy there was no work order. He asked, and the deputy convinced him that as he was there, could he just look at it?
Okay, I'm going to pause it right here because he said there was no work order. Now, I have not worked maintenance myself, but I have put in maintenance orders, and normally what has to happen is you have to put in a request, and then a work order gets generated, and then it goes out to the maintenance man, and then the maintenance man can select that order. I don't know how it works in this prison or this jail, because this jail, I don't know what was going on in this jail. It all ain't making sense. But he was going in there, and there was no maintenance order. And the deputy said, well, just do it anyway. What do y'all think, Foodiegang? Do y'all think the deputies have something shady going on?
Convinced him that as he was there, could he just look at it? He assessed the situation, determined he would have to shut off the water to fix it, which he did in his role as jail plumber.
The inmates were then able to saw through these steel bars and escape behind a toilet. Court documents show one of the escapees, Antoine Massey, allegedly threatened to shank the worker if he refused to turn off the water.
He didn't take this as a threat. He wasn't acting out of fear. He was taking this as normal jailhouse banter.
Kennedy says Williams worked at the jail for 5 years and has never been arrested.
What? I don't want to work at no job when them saying I'm going to shake you is a joke. What's going on?
Let's see.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I just so it loaded as soon as it played that last part, but it said something about 5 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back a little bit so you can see it because I've actually sometimes when you join the show, you kind of get stuck in the background making your like name and stuff. But I can replay that last part. But they said I'm gonna shank you, but he said he wasn't scared. He thought it was this jailhouse banter. I'm like, what type of job you got?
This is how I feel, bro. If you wasn't scared, why'd you help him?
I know. That was weird that the defense attorney even said that. Because it's like that don't seem like it would help your case. You know what I'm saying? Like that don't seem like it would help.
Yeah. I mean, first, okay, look.
Fix my hair. I'm so sick of having dreads.
Huh?
I'm so sick of having dreads. Don't make you mad when one be sticking up.
I know. Look, you see my little. But you know, listen. This is. I was looking at the main middle of them. And here's the thing: how is it 10 of you guys and about 3 of y'all almost fell just running out the jail, bro? Like,
It was,
why?
they run so fast, they probably was tripping over each other. They're probably like, I can't believe it was this easy.
No. They was not running that fast. They was not running that fast.
Really, they
And
run
that's
fast
probably
to
why the
me.
first one got caught.
Well, it seems like they didn't really have a plan once they were gonna get out.
I don't
You know
I
what I'm
don't think
saying? It
they
kinda
did.
sounds
And
like
honestly, you can kind of tell because you can kind of tell that they didn't really have one just because of the way everything has been happening. Because usually, like, I don't even want to. I'm gonna say that, but usually if it
they had a plan. They just wanted
if
to get
somebody had a
out
plan,
and that was it.
yeah, and go and literally go back to the hood.
um and then Alder said they got
And
help
then I
to
don't,
get mad.
and
They
then the
look
way that
stupid. Okay, Drip, are you ready back there? Okay. What's going on, Drip? How are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing good though.
Do you have
Hey Drip, how
anything
you
to
doing?
say about Do you have anything to say about the 5 inmates that are captured and 5 inmates remain at large?
Well, the one that were captured they had no plan, no, or basically they were just easy to catch.
Yeah, it kind of seems like that. It seems like they didn't really have a plan. They just wanted to get out. And I think one thing they did not really think about is the manhunt. It's different when you just got a warrant out for your arrest, but a manhunt, that's different.
Okay, so has there been any talk or speculation about like how many cops were just looking for them, or was it the whole department?
You said, has there been any talk about how much? I believe in one video I played, he said it, but I don't remember how many cops they said. But I know it's like it's pretty much everybody though, even the public. That's why they have the reward money, the reward out, so that if anybody sees them, they can call and get the reward money. So it's not just the police; it's everybody who's looking
Man,
for them.
bro, and then you gotta think about this minimum wage. It happened in Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
It's all getting told on, bro.
You think so? You think everybody getting told on? Look!
Yeah, I think
Down the
I think
street.
eventually all of them getting told on.
If I'm walking down the street and I see you and they want you in this 10 rags, shoot. I'll be like, hello? Look, I'm a civilian. This ain't telling me I'm saving the public.
Bro, especially in the hood. Come on, man. They gonna take that 5,000, 10,000 and run with
Yeah.
that.
Wait, would you take the money? I guess I'd be real enough to take it though. So I have to do it though.
Yeah, I'm telling on you. Especially
I'm
if your
telling
kids
you,
live
don't
in that
worry.
area.
I'm not
I'm
about
telling.
that. Listen, I'm not
I
getting
was
caught up in
looking
that mess. I'm
into
snitching. Straight up snitch, man.
Yeah, I'm like, look, if I don't tell, I'm gonna feel bad because what if that person goes and hurts somebody else?
Wait, but I mean, when
right,
this
and
is
then I was
really,
looking
it's
at
not called
some of the
snitching though.
charges
It's
that
called
are
doing the
on
right
them,
thing.
and it's literally
Hold on, Kiki. Hold on, Kiki.
one of them got
I said that for us, though, it's not snitching. It's basically called doing the right thing.
Yes, I agree. Kiki, what were you saying?
Yeah, I can understand that.
The only time I'm ever gonna snitch is basically last
Cause,
resort,
but
though.
Outdoor said they're not looking, they're banking on odds he'll get caught up or turned over. Okay, I'm gonna show you some video that's really gonna change your mind about they're not looking. They are definitely looking for these men. They have a manhunt out. They are looking. And I'm gonna show you guys one of the arrest videos. They had a dog there. They had the SWAT team. They're not playing. Cause you gotta think
Good
these are
neighborhood watch.
dangerous criminals.
Well,
And like that dog was about
no,
to
and
eat
that
him up too.
and that's what and that's what I was touching. That's what I was speaking about because I was looking at some of the charges that they have, and then one of them got capital murder, um, murder, and like what is it? The like manslaughter. I'm like, okay, y'all are really crazy. Like,
Hey Kelly,
well,
how are you doing?
okay, anyways,
Oh
carry
yes,
on.
I do agree with you. Outdoors, the government looks stupid. They're mad. That's what I meant earlier. Yes, they are mad at themselves, and that's why they're trying to put it off on the maintenance worker. And this defense attorney is here to defend the maintenance worker, and he's putting it off on the deputy. And he's saying the deputy set up the maintenance worker is what it sounds like to me. It's what he is alleging. And that's going to be their defense.
Wait, do you think it's actually
that's
the
foul,
guards who
bro.
actually? I'm probably gonna guess it's the guards. It's the guards who did it, but they just blame the maintenance worker for it, though. Not saying the maintenance. There's a slight
I
possibility
agree.
the maintenance worker did do it, but I feel like it's the guards who mostly do that, though.
But I think
Because
that
the
that's what's
guards
happening in this situation.
in this situation, but most situation, the guards do that though, because guards have the power mostly in there, though.
Yeah. And then
Outdoors,
outdoors,
I
I agree
definitely
with
agree
you.
with you because at the end of the day, it is the because that should have never happened.
Yeah,
How you
I
got
do think
10
it's the
murderers
government's
that just
fault.
escaped and ran out of jail?
It's crazy. But let's get back into this video, and I push it back a little bit so that you guys can hear everything that this lawyer is gonna say. And I'll go back a little bit more if I have to. Okay, here we go.
Guy by Sheriff Hudson.
The defense attorney admitted that Williams turned off water to the cell 10 inmates eventually escaped from, but says there's more to the story.
He was told by a deputy there was no work order. He asked, and the deputy convinced him that as he was there, could he just look at it? He assessed the situation, determined he would have to shut off the water to fix it, which he did in his role as jail plumber.
The inmates were then able to saw through these steel bars and escape behind a toilet. Court documents show one of the escapees, Antoine Massey, allegedly threatened to shank the worker if he refused to turn off the water.
He didn't take this as a threat. He wasn't acting out of fear. He was taking this as normal jailhouse banter.
Kennedy says Williams worked at the jail for 5 years and has never been arrested. Now he's facing 10 counts of principal to simple escape and 1 count of malfeasance in office. Hudson previously.
Okay, let me go back and let me pause this. Let me pull up his charges. Let's talk about this. I'm gonna mute you guys. So he's facing 10 counts of principal to simple escape, which I've never heard of that before. 1 count of malfeasance in office. I've never heard of that either. 10
Yeah, if somebody can
10
touch on that,
counts,
that would
1 for
be
each
good.
prisoner. Dang! They finna slap him up with some years real quick. Hey, Gianna, how are you doing? How are you doing? Outdoors, somebody was sleeping on duty. I don't even think they was sleeping. I think they was up. They just didn't give a damn. Kiki, what do you think about these charges? Have you ever heard of this?
Actually, no, I really haven't. And yeah, I have not. I don't even know if the malfeasance does it have something to do with the toilet?
Kiki, well, you know what you gotta do. You gotta look it up while we on the air and let us know. Y'all, Kiki, we call Kiki the
I'm
hook
about
guy.
to right now.
Cause she be looking
I'm
up
about to right
everything.
now. I'm about to go grab my
She be
other
sending me
phone.
stories.
Look,
And Gianna said them 10 dudes escaped from a ran down New Orleans prison. Yeah, Kiki, I'll leave it on screen because I never heard of this before. What the heck is malfeasance? That sounds like
yeah, I know.
something.
I don't know. It's something
You know
to
they
do with the
finna get
toilet.
him. Drip, what do you have to say
You
about
know
the
some
worker being
crazy
charged
bro.
with these? Yeah.
Wait, what? Like the worker in charge? I'm just like, wow, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and they gave him 10 counts, one for each prisoner. But I'm kind of a little bit confused by what the lawyer said by saying he didn't feel threatened. Because if he didn't feel threatened, then why did he do it? Oh, he's saying he did it because of the deputy, not because of the inmates. Is that what the story is?
Coffee.
And that's the crazy part about it. And it's like, bro, you're in
Word.
Louisiana saying that. I bet you the deputy is probably white, bro. And he's black. And he's getting all these charges.
What? So you think race has something to do with it?
I mean, yeah, they still have a lot of racism in Louisiana and in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? And if you really think about it, it's like you were there for how long and you thought that would have been okay? That don't even make sense. So you probably was a part of
Yeah.
it. And I feel like there's more information that they're just not telling like the general public as well. Because if the maintenance worker didn't have a work order to go in there and do what he just did, right? Why would the deputy be telling you it's okay? To me, that seems like they're just trying to push the blame like on everybody else when all y'all was probably in cahoots with it.
Look, since I agree with you on that, he didn't do this by himself. Like Outdoors is saying, it's the government's fault, but y'all trying to make him the fall guy. But it's not looking good for him though. But it's like, dang, that must suck to work at a job that gets you trapped up. And Outdoors said a
Okay,
police
so I
wouldn't get
gotta
charged.
I gotta recant my last statement about the malfeasance thing. It just means wrongdoing, especially by a public official. That's all it means.
Oh, wrongdoing by a public official. I never heard of that.
Yeah.
And then 10 counts of principal
Me
and
neither. I
simple
don't know why they
escape.
even. Okay, I'm gonna look. Okay, you said 10. 10.
Yeah, it's like a principal to escape to simple escape. But they are going to, it seems like they are already doing it, but he's going to be the fall guy. And I don't know if they picked him on purpose, because I do believe that jail has something to do with all this. There's no way. There ain't no way. Chat, let me know what y'all think. Y'all make sure I hit the like button, answer the poll. I think I set it up. Did I set up a poll? I think I did. Check. Yes, there's a poll. Answer the poll.
He
Hit the like
admitted
button.
to
Like
it.
button. Huh?
One of those things said he admitted to it.
The maintenance worker?
Stupid. They all dumb. Why
So
would you
yeah,
commit a crime like that and just go?
I do think that I think that's the sheriff or whatever job title she has, the woman with the duck lips, she needs to definitely resign. Effectively, immediately. Kiki, why are you
No,
looking that
you're
up?
right. Each one of the I am, yeah. Each one of the counts are for all 10 ones. All 10
Yeah.
people. Let me clarify that before
then
y'all try to
Outdoors
get
got
on
it.
my head.
Oh, we're doing live on their research. Outdoors said, who was watching them? Not the maintenance guy, exactly. Exactly. Even if he did help them escape.
No, look, outdoors. The maintenance guy was building the hole. He's the only one with tools.
But
Who else
even
would be
if
able to
he
do that?
did help them escape, the fact that they ran out of the prison or the jail is on the staff.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, no
definitely
matter how you
agree.
want to cut
Because
it,
there should be
because
some.
y'all should have been on the outside.
There
Y'all
should be
should have had
someone
some
that's
type
the
of alarm on the
expert.
door.
Yeah.
If this is the
Like
case,
what?
if you have a family member that's in prison or jail, you can get a job, and this is all Leslie, y'all should not do this from just saying theoretically. You can get a job as a maintenance worker and help your family member escape jail. So at the end of the day, somebody needs to be watching everybody. And look, I'm curious if he knew any other people or was related to anybody. We gonna see too. I'm gonna play some more of this video though. I'm gonna play some more of this video though, Kiki and Drip. Hold on.
Hudson previously said 3 OPSO employees have been suspended. It's unclear if Williams is included in that number and how many are deputies or staff.
As part of our corrective action plan, several OPSO employees have already been suspended without pay. More disciplinary actions are under review.
Williams' bond is $1.1 million, an amount his attorney says he can't afford.
They are way out of bounds. That is completely ridiculous.
Now he's waiting on his next hearing at a different.
Kiki, why are you laughing? Kiki, why are you laughing? $1.1 million. Like he unalived somebody or something.
Bro, you literally like the whole thing that's crazy, the whole story is stupid. It's very stupid. And then it's not just him. It's not just him. There's other workers too. So where are the other workers' names at?
Yeah, where is it? And then you saw the sheriff was
you did
like,
all that.
these people resign or are suspended with no pay, but you're still getting paid?
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Where are the other workers at? Because see, if you go back and listen to exactly what she's saying, he wasn't the only one that helped them, the 10. Rolling
Yeah, you're
back.
right.
Oh crap. Roll it
But you're
back
right.
and go back like 10 or 20 seconds, and she's gonna say it. He's not the only one that helped him. So where are the other people's names at? Why is his name only one that's in the news?
Yeah, exactly.
And then
Kiki, I think you're having like A Wi-Fi issue or something? Like it kind of like freezes up sometimes when you
Oh
talk.
no,
I think you might. Do you want to leave and
it's
come
been
back,
sometimes with you
or
too. I don't.
Okay, I'm here.
okay?
Hold on,
Drip, what do you
I'll just.
think about this?
I'm gonna connect it
$1.1
to my.
million. Okay, Kiki. Outdoors, I agree. He said, "Man, leave this guy alone. Ban him from federal jobs and leave it at that." But $1.1 million. Drip, what are your thoughts about that?
$1.1 million, man. You wish you kind of had that money, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Go on, man.
But they said $1.1 million. 10% of that is like that's still a lot of money. But you see people who unalive people who get less bomb, but yeah, that is ridiculous. Kiki, I'll bring you back on stage. Okay.
Is it better now?
Yeah. Outdoor said, "This is why I won't even work at the post office."
Wow.
Cause they were trying to get you hemmed up, say you stole something, took something, did something. But dang, that's crazy. You go into your job, that happens to you, then you get arrested. $1.1 million bond. And then
Wow,
they
And
say
that's
you have all
crazy.
these people.
you know what's even worse? Think about this. If he really helped him, like they said he did, now he's on the inside. They free. Like,
I didn't even think about that. Dang. That's that would have me salty while sitting in that cell like, dang, I helped them escape. Now they're free and I'm locked up. We traded places. We mad.
I don't know. If I was him, I probably would have cut my hair off and everything, bro.
But yeah, look, they need to change their identities. But $1.1
No,
million
I'm
bond, hey,
he's
that's
not getting
excessive.
that. He's not getting that. And they probably think that he's still in some type of contact with them. You know what I mean? Which is probably why they set it
Yes.
so high, but
They're making an example, but I don't like how you said. She even said he's not the only one. So why is he the only one getting such a high bond? The only
right.
one being arrested. There was 2 women for helping them while they already had escaped. They're only facing like 5 years. Then
Yeah,
you
so
trying
why
to throw this man away? Where's the deputies at? Where's everybody else? Because he didn't do this. One man did help 10 people out of jail by
yeah,
himself.
it's more than that. Way more.
Do you get this comment or can you read it, Kiki? Can you see it?
How do we know the escapees ain't under charges like this? Honestly, we're honestly gonna have to do our research and look everything up and really like try to figure out everybody's name that's actually involved.
No, we
And
need like
come
one of the maps.
right where they all get caught at. They probably all
Yeah,
got caught around the corner from each other, bro.
I have a video that's gonna tell us a little bit more about that. Drip, do you want to read this one?
Okay, I see we're having more tea today. Plenty of tea, but not a plate in sight.
Blaze, look, I get it. We know you hungry too. We all hungry.
Yeah.
We just up here talking right now.
Yeah. But they said $1.1 million. Okay, I'm gonna pull that video back up and I'm gonna slide it back, and we're gonna listen to her admit herself. He was not the only one, but he is the only one with the $1.1 million bond that we know of. So she foul too. And she got to go.
Previously said 3 OPSO employees have been suspended. It's unclear if Williams is included in that number and how many are deputies or staff.
As part of our corrective action plan, several OPSO employees have already been suspended without pay. More disciplinary actions are under review.
Williams' bond is $1.1 million, an amount his attorney says he can't afford.
They are way out of bounds. That is completely ridiculous.
Now he's waiting on his next hearing at a different, undisclosed jail. Lily Cummings, WWL, Louisiana.
Now, Williams' next court date is June 17th. We have reached out to the sheriff's office for more on those suspended, but have yet to hear back. And if you know anything about where the 5 remaining escapees may be, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. Remember, there's a $20,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest.
That's the catch, though. The information you give got to lead to an arrest, and you ain't getting no money. So if you call and you be in line like that woman with the young scooter, you ain't gonna get no money. You gotta call out the truth. And shout out to Outdoors. He said, "Get outside." Yes, that court is finna make some money off of this whole situation. And if you think about it, everybody has OT now because they're looking for these people. But I'm just gonna show you guys this one part in this video where everybody is running out of prison. They're really trying to say this one worker let all these people out of prison or jail.
Bro.
And
Look how many
it
people
was all
are
his
fault.
fault. I'm gonna take it off the screen and find the marker where everybody's running out. But do you really think one person was this is one person's fault?
Mm-mm.
No.
Multiple, like she said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought, where is y'all accountability as management that's supposed to be, overseeing the whole situation? Y'all ain't got no accountability. Y'all gonna blame the maintenance worker. You let the maintenance worker do all this, it's gonna show it to y'all. All y'all been running out. One maintenance worker let all them people up out of jail. And y'all don't got no accountability. Y'all don't think it's y'all fault at all. And you gonna hit them with that ridiculous bond. All the
And then
people.
look, the one on the left side, he almost fell.
Where we see y'all holding him accountable. Where is your accountability for not watching these people? And for you not watching your staff.
And then you know what? Oh, I want to see exactly how the jail looks to see if that's like a back door, side door, or front door.
I have not seen how the jail looks, but they said that this was the door where they be getting like their inventory and stuff. Like their supplies and the inventory. You know how it's like the
So
back
that's
load?
it's
If
a
you
back
look at
door
it, it
thing.
does. That's probably why he kind of stumbled, because those loading docks they be pretty steep.
Yeah.
And maybe when he jumped, that's why he was rocking a little bit. He's like, "Oh, I didn't know it was this far." He said, "Oh, I didn't know it was this. I didn't know it was this." Nah, but maybe that's why he stumbled, and that's why you see them jumping. Outdoors, you have to join a team. You can you have to join an investigative team.
To pull up pics of the jail.
And that's the dude that got caught, short, dark one. Oh, the one that stumbled? Yeah, he looked like he wasn't ready. We need to exercise some more. Yeah, like your legs ain't ready.
And you know what makes me mad about this whole situation? How are you gonna give the inmates lesser time than the worker, bro? Like they're getting
Yeah,
5 years.
I wonder if they're gonna put him in this type of security jail.
And then you got 1 point, what is it, 1.5 or so? His bail too high.
Yeah,
He
I've
is
seen
not
people
the
in way
only
worse
one.
times and not even have a bail that high.
Yeah, and it's like the people that are running out on the video got 5 years. Make it make sense.
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking at some jails, but I just want to make sure I have the right one.
I know it was the one in.
Do you know the specific name of the jail?
No, I don't. I do not. I am going to figure that out right now.
But this is not the only live stream that we're gonna do on this subject. So maybe I kind of want to make sure I have the right jail before I'm like, oh, this is the jail, and then it's the wrong one. So maybe on the next live stream, fresh money, they getting those paychecks back from Mr. Janitor. Yeah, they sure are. They sure are. But I do have a jail here that I'm looking at. It doesn't really say the name though of the specific jail. Oh, okay. Or New Orleans Parish Justice Center. I
Yep.
think this is.
Yeah, no, that's the right one.
That's the right name. I'm gonna take this
Yeah.
name and put that into Google and see what comes up. Because from what I'm looking at, the jail looks like it was pretty nice. But remember, Illuminegro came up here yesterday and he said the jail was only 10 years old. It was actually a newly built jail, which is crazy. Like, how y'all build a jail and then it's not really a jail? I don't know. People can just walk out as they go. Yes, thank you, Outdoor. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm pulling that up. Okay, I'm gonna stop this screen share and go to the Google, and we're pretty much done with this video anyway. We're gonna go to the next video after that. But I do have get the right. Kiki, what you got going on today?
Nothing. I'm just chilling, really.
Hey, lady, how you doing? Okay, so this is what the jail looks like. Can y'all see this? I never shared Google Earth before. I want to make sure y'all can see. That's how the jail. It actually looks really nice, but they just built it. Hey, lady, how you doing? How you doing? But this is how it looks. It actually looks really nice. It almost don't look like a jail.
What's up, lady? How you doing?
And where they
It
ran out
don't.
must have been the back.
It had to be the back because it definitely don't look like that on the video.
And I wonder how do I get to the back?
You might
This
have to do
almost
like
don't even
another.
look like a jail.
You know what? If you do like if you actually look at the actual address and then probably type in like I don't know. You
But
can
this is
probably
how
type in
it looks. It looks like a
in the
regular
front.
office building.
That don't look like a jail at all.
It does
Well,
not
I'm
look like a
guessing
jail. And
they have to
go
be
ahead,
up there.
Kiki.
You see where those windows are at?
Yeah.
That's
And they
where
said they were
it's
on the
at.
first floor. Bro, this is a regular office building. And lady said, that's the effing problem. Laugh a lot. It's too bougie. So that's why it was too easy. That's an office with small bars. Hey, Keith, small, how are you? Let's just wait for me. Y'all, I'll be on the Spirit. We ain't got Spirit. You ain't coming to Alaska. Yeah, this is not a jail. This is an office building. I'm a lady on that. You know what's funny? Like, you know, when you watch TV, you see like jail, they have the guards on the high fences or on the high towers with the guns. You see the fences. This is not
And
what
then
I
we,
expected
and
it
then
to look
and this is what we looking at. Like, y'all didn't even have a gate. Like,
like. You know what? That's a good point, Kiki. There is no gate.
you didn't even have
Huh.
a gate nowhere. That's a whole parking lot, bro.
Damn.
Like,
Damn, Kiki, you're right. There's no gate. I wanted that's a gate over there. Damn.
there ain't no gate. What is that?
Dang, and like honestly, they could have stole one of these cars.
They probably did, bro.
They probably didn't want to tell us
Honestly,
who they're like
they probably
we're already
did.
under fire for letting them escape. Yeah, this is a regular office building.
Those other people that got away, or the people that they're not mentioning, they probably took one of their cars. It's 10 of them. It is 10 of them. They are not all walking away. And then it's in you said the French Quarters, right?
Or it's near. This is near there. I don't know
Near the French
exactly. I've never
Quarters.
been to Louisiana. I'm not sure
Me
like
neither.
how it is or anything, but I know that they're there now. So I don't think that. And honestly, looks like a regular building. You honestly would never know that this was a jail unless somebody told you.
Man, even the people that the visitors probably didn't even know. They didn't even know they was just they was walking the girls out of the criminals.
Dang, there is not, and like you're right. I didn't even think about that. There's no fence. It's like they walk out of jail and they're in the city.
Literally. But then it's supposed to be a lot of cameras and stuff too. So it's like all 10 of them did not just walk on foot. The one that got left outside probably was like, man, this probably was a bad idea. And he went to go to sleep because he was tired. He was probably the one. He was probably one of the one helping the maintenance worker dig out the wall.
And they got to hear no noise.
And that's another thing. Like, in
No,
the
we don't
hole
have the
was
Metro Bus
big.
lady. Y'all didn't hear no noise. They was drilling the wall. And the lady said, yes, that's nice office facility. They don't have 5 cars. They have good cars. Detective type, yes. That's another thing.
Right.
Why are the cars so close to where the
The
inmates?
jail. And if you ever been to visit anybody in a federal prison or just a regular state prison, the cars are never that close.
And keep in mind, some of these people have murder charges.
Literally.
And that is where they house them. Oh, I got a piece of that. Some of them have burglary, there's grape charges, and they house them in there in your city, down the street. Crazy on the first floor. Why does this say open the door and let him out? Okay. Crazy. Like, what was the point of me even telling him if he was gonna lock him up or not lock him up?
If you really think about it, they probably were really, really never locked up like that because, like you said, it's a new jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these people are already masterminded trying to be a criminal. You know what I'm saying? It's probably easier for them to manipulate a warden and stuff like that. You know what I'm
And
saying?
honestly, when they saw that building, they said, "Man, we finna." They even said they said too easy. If they said it, then we got to believe them.
You said,
They the
okay,
criminals.
you gonna put us you can put us in here, but guess what? Massey said, I'm creating a whole get out.
And then like, I know it's just the whole story is just crazy. Lady said visitor section probably looked like a nice lounge with plants and snacks, veggie water, veggies, water, and these food. Yes, insight. You guys clearly spent money in how it looks, but why you didn't spend money in the security aspect of it? This is supposed to be a jail. We don't need the outside to look pretty. We don't care about that kind of stuff. You know? It's crazy. Shout out to Lee, shout out to Lee. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button on your way in, glad that you said that you told us to do that outdoors to look up the prison because seeing that building made it even more crazy and unbelievable.
Yeah. And you know what? It looked like one of those buildings that literally like just have, or you know how when they come and bring supplies, and they
Yeah.
just with the semis and stuff, they can just pull up to it. So it's like, what else has really been going on there, bro?
You know they had drugs in there coming in by caseload, allegedly. You know, look, them inmates ran that jail, in my opinion. Okay,
Yeah, and that's right.
That's
And
probably
you know
why they
what?
wanted to shut
And you know
down.
what? Duck lives over there talking on, you know. She was probably messing with one of them with the way she acting. That's
I'm
allegedly though.
glad you
I don't
told
know.
us to look up how the jail looks because that made it even more like okay. Y'all are blaming this dude, but y'all really was doing stupid stuff because this whole plan was done from the get go. Why do you have a jail that looks like an office building? Why do you have a jail that you're not investing in security when you're housing violent offenders?
I'm gonna tell you one.
What's
I'm gonna tell you.
really going on
Listen,
here?
but let's think about this. So that jail looks like that, right? Right. So then think
Yeah.
about this. Those inmates probably been escaping, bro, but it's probably never been 10 at one time.
Oh, that's a good point, Kiki. What if they've been escaping?
And then she's probably just like, oh, woe is me. It's 10 now. Last month it was 2.
That's a good point. What if we only hear like because there's so many? Shoot, they probably had a hole to the outside. You know, on like Disney Channel, they open up a door and it's like a portal to another world. That's what they had.
Literally.
Yeah.
They like, yeah, the warden's cool. I'll be back home in a little bit. To their baby mamas and stuff. But then they go to their baby mama's friend's house. Because you know they're going to their baby mama and the mom's house first.
And one thing I ask myself is why open up more jails if you don't have money to run them? And we have to remember that they make money off of filling those jails up with people. And that's why they're building new ones so that they can put more people in them for sometimes I think that people get arrested and get jailed for frivolous things. Like they just can't wait to throw you in that building.
Oh my
The lady
gosh.
said, let's go for an experiment and see if we can get out with just a nail file. I'm just saying, that's how they made it look. And Kiki brings up a good point. How do we know this is the first time somebody has escaped from this jail? Or are we just, is this the first time that we're hearing about it?
I honestly think that it's the first time that we're hearing about it just because it's so many people. You know what I mean? And then you got to think about the variety of their charges and the differences in their charges and stuff like that. So most of them are actually violent offenders. So you got to
I
think
guess
about
a lot
like
of them were.
you got to think
A lot
about
of them were.
yeah, you got to think about the victim's family, just you know,
The
all of
lady
that.
said they want some clothes, and some forgot to set the alarm, fell asleep in the guy. Yes, the guy that fell asleep outside. And shout out to the Foodiegang. I said allegedly. Yeah, allegedly, we think, in our opinion, that this may not have been the first time, and that they're.
Allegedly.
We don't know. We wasn't there, but look, look. It looks like we know more than the jail do.
Right?
It looks like we know
No,
more than they know.
I think they're really just not saying anything just because people are trying to save face right now. And look where it happened at. So I think they're just trying to save face and not give out too much information to where it's like, oh, we're blaming the whole jail, but it's your guys' fault.
Yes, and they're gonna say just one maintenance man is the reason why all the snow. He did not build that jail. He does not play a part in the security systems. He don't got nothing to do with none of that. That's not his fault. That's your guys' fault for opening up a jail and then not having staff even watch the camera, not even have an alarm on the door, not
And you
nothing.
know what's
That's
so
your fault.
crazy? Hold up. You just touched on a very good part because all jails have cameras. So why hasn't there been no camera footage that's been inside the jail and not outside?
They did show one where the guy was yanking the door, but this is the thing.
He was
You
yanking the door.
showing
Did
us
he
the
go
footage
anywhere?
after they were. I think they were yanking the door open to get into the cell to have that toilet that would get them to the other side where they need to be able to go out that door. There was a certain cell that was made for 2 people, but 10 of them was in there. That's what I think was happening. But this is my thing. Why
How
are
do
you
you
showing us the
even
camera
let
after the
10
fact?
people in one cell? And look, I can speak on a little bit because
Outdoors. Which guy are you saying I should get on my channel? Okay. Before we got into the content, I played a TikTok video of this man that was isn't in prison catering food. Is that the guy that you're talking about? I think he in jail. I think he in prison. Oh, the janitor. Outdoors. How am I get the janitor? He in jail too, right? Or did he bond out? Well, he didn't bond out $1.1 million.
no,
He
he
up
did
in
not, bro.
jail. Yeah.
He didn't. It's not even funny. And look, if you ever watch this video, we ain't talking about you like that. But come on, bro, you could have been a little bit smarter.
And then I was look him up. Yeah, I think the janitor is in jail right now and has a $1.1 million bond. I don't know. It's not looking good for him. It is not looking good for him.
And you know what would be messed up is if they catch the rest of the 5. If they catch the rest of the 5 and then lower his bail. But they're probably really waiting for him to
Oh, maybe.
talk more.
Well, hopefully that does happen. Because it's like, damn, $1.1 million. Y'all don't even.
Bro,
That's
look at
crazy.
for one, it's Louisiana. You really think he had that? He didn't have that.
That's
I
why
think
he was
that
never
they
in
should
the
free
first
him
place.
too. Yeah, I think they
Yeah,
did
I
that on
think they need to
purpose.
free him. Yeah, 1.1 million is definitely dirty. And if you're not gonna free him, then other people need to be locked up with him. Because you heard from her,
Exactly.
she said he did not act alone. Okay, well, where's
Where
everybody
are the
else at?
other ones?
They're just suspended with no pay, but he's fired and locked up. Is that fair?
And then they're not at work, but they're not getting paid, so they haven't even gotten fired.
But
So it's
what? Why
like,
is he so? And he's already been prosecuted and given the bail amount, and they haven't even gotten fired. What? What are you guys waiting on?
yeah,
What more do
exactly.
you need to know? What? Like, how is that fair? What? Okay, so if they didn't help the plumbing part, well, what did they assist with? Why aren't you guys giving us the details? You came out here and loved to tell on this man, and you want to tell exactly what he did, and you put a face to the name. Call
Yeah,
every.
I honestly think he was really, really and truly just a fall guy. Not even gonna cap with you. He was just a fall guy.
Call everybody out then. Why are we not seeing
Yeah.
no pictures of them? Why are we not hearing what they did? It didn't help the plumbing part, so what did they do? You know, this is a court of public opinion. If you're gonna tell it all. But that woman with the duck lips, I don't trust her, and I think that she needs to resign. She needs to be suspended without pay.
Yeah,
It made me so
facts.
mad because she's like, he did this, he did that, she did this, but I did nothing
Bro,
wrong.
and
We
then
can't
she
watch
tried to get
everybody.
and then she tried to be on the camera with her hair looking nice, bro. Come on, bro. Like, stop it. And she's the one that was running the jail. Heck no. She probably had like 3 or 4 of them in there smashing her up. Never mind. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right.
No. So you think she was dirty?
I think she was, yeah. I hope I really do. I think she was. And that's why she's looking like that right now. Like, all 10 of y'all did that to me?
Okay, so that's an interesting perspective, sis. I didn't think about that. You know, a lot of these COs do be dirty. We're seeing it with Tory Lanez. We're seeing it time and time again. That they're like the lawyer said, they're around these people all the time. Every day. Okay, half of the inmates escaped, or half of the escaped inmates have been captured. See where they're hiding. So in this video, they're gonna tell us where they caught some of the inmates. And it's very interesting to see. And this happened 6 days ago. So for 6 days, Five of them are still on the loose. I'm curious if they're going to catch them in this state or another state. Here we go, y'all.
How far the escaped inmates may have traveled, and we know at least half of them have stayed pretty close.
Really, all 5 of those that were caught are still in New Orleans, and as Rachel Hanley shows us, some were just down the street from the prison.
Even in the hours before the public knew they were gone, and the days since the jailbreak, none of the 5 inmates caught at this point made it too far. This map shows where each of them were arrested and how far those spots are from the prison. 1 was less than a mile away. 2 more were about a mile and a half. Then 2 more were in New Orleans East, about 6 miles and 9 miles away. To get a better idea of how far those distances would be on foot or in a car, we retraced the escapees' steps. Of the 5, Robert Moody was found closest to the prison. Starting there, slowing down for midday traffic and road work, it only took 7 minutes to get to 2nd Street and South Galvez. The inmate that was found the quickest was Kendall Miles. We know from crime camera footage that he was walking around the French Quarter as late as 10 a.m. the day of the escape. Getting there from the prison took him through the busiest part of the city. Later that morning, he was found under a car on Royal Street. Finally, Gary Price made it the furthest of the 5. From the prison, it took about 20 minutes to drive to his hiding spot. He was arrested at a vacant house on Good Drive in New Orleans East. Still, even Price was less than 10 miles from the prison. Unfortunately, none of this tells us where the other 5 inmates are. But the fact that all of the ones caught so far were still in the city is a good reminder to stay vigilant. Rachel Handley, WW.
So there you have it. The 5 that were captured were all caught pretty close to the prison or to the jail. Kiki, how do you feel about this?
They're stupid, bro. And that's
crazy.
That's the part that I'm stuck on.
And
Like,
they
you
had a
didn't even go
7-hour
far.
head start. They had a 7-hour head start.
You only went 1 mile.
In
And
7
then
hours?
honestly, you guys, there's not even just the janitor. There had to be multiple people helping them.
In the
because
meantime,
they're
we're gonna
walking
get to
around in street clothes.
Oh, my bad. What were you saying, though?
No, I said there had to be multiple people, at least like 4, helping all of them because they're walking around in street clothes. And it looked
Yeah.
like they're clothes that were just bought.
Yeah. And then, so then it's like, dang, well, who's helping them? Look, if you get hit up on some M charges and you break up out of jail, you come to my house, I am not helping you. And
So
I'm
look
actually
at
gonna be
the
mad.
landscape. They're funneled. What does that
I'm
mean?
actually gonna be mad that you even came to me because you know I got a baby. Why you gonna try to put me up in this mess? I'm gonna pull the map back up. I was trying to okay, here we go. I'm pulling the map back up.
Oh, you mean like they're kind of stuck? Is that what you mean, outdoors?
But yeah, one of them got 1 mile, which is crazy because keep in mind they had a 7 to 8 hour head start because they didn't even realize that they were gone. So, but I feel like they did not have a plan once they got out.
I don't think they did, and I think they just did it to just do it. That's kind of what it
I think
seems
they
like.
just were focused on the getting out part, but they're not really focused on how we're gonna stay away. One person was saying that they felt like all of the younger people have been caught, and the older ones are the ones that are still free. Is a perspective that someone brought up. And I'm like, you know what? He looks like he's pretty old. They look like they're older. He definitely grown. He might be kind of young. He has a long neck.
He
You
really
know, he
do,
got a
bro.
long neck. Look at his neck. So these ones have been captured, and then these ones are still on the loose. I'm very curious to how he is still on the loose with these face tattoos.
The Leo Tate.
Massey,
Or
this is the one that has
you're talking about
escaped
Massey, yeah.
before.
Yeah,
He has a tattoo right here, right here, right there. It's like, what? You would have thought they would have caught him. For sure, for
you know
sure.
what? You know what also could have happened? They could have all planned this, right? And then, like younger dudes with the younger dudes, older dudes with the older dudes, and then still separated. Because there's.
But one thing I would say
I
is
think that
I feel
they
like
had the older ones that if this is true, allegedly, the older ones, they probably have more of a plan than the younger ones. They probably just use the younger ones as bait.
that's what I think. And that's what Dog the Bounty Hunter was saying. Yesterday I played a clip and he was pretty much saying like some of them did have pretty serious charges, but some of them didn't. And they could have, gotten out of this, but now because they did this escape, now they're going to get some serious time based off of this. But it does
5
seem like
years, 5 years versus the 1.1 million. They basically just gave them a slap on the wrist. They're
who
looking
got
at
5
more
years?
time than.
The women?
No. I'm saying like some of them was getting 5 years or so, right?
For their original charges, I'm not sure.
No, for the escape charge.
The women that helped them while they were out are facing 5 years. I don't know when they put them or once they capture them. I don't know what amount of time they added to their sentence.
They're probably getting like 10 years.
But that hasn't, to my knowledge, I don't think that's been disclosed yet. But I could be wrong.
I feel like there's too much information that has not been said, and if you want to keep the general public safe and stuff like that, for you to keep this amount of information not said, like that's gonna have
Do you
everybody just.
feel like with that type of jail, the way it looked, some of the complaints that were being said about it while it was here, them knowing that it wasn't totally ready as far as the security system, do you really think they cared about the public?
Nope.
Based off of everything we know, no. And I agree with you, sis. Allegedly, I think that this ain't the first time somebody's escaped.
Yeah, nope.
This is just the first time we're hearing about it.
Yeah. And then I feel like the only reason why we're even hearing about it is because it's 10 people that can't just go under the radar.
Yeah. And then those people got them charged, them serious charges, and they out in the public around the schools. And then that's another thing. When they be doing like prisons and jails, they normally build it away from schools. I wonder how
Right.
close
And then
schools.
I don't know. I'm like after we get off here, I'm gonna do some actually like looking at where it's at and how close it is to everything.
Yeah.
Because I mean that would put a lot more I mean, it ain't really gonna put nothing into perspective like that because they're not saying anything. You know what I mean? We don't know, but
Yeah, but there's another
it'll kind of
YouTuber
give
who
us an
kind of does the same
idea.
thing. He'll pull up like the Google and like look down the street. And that's kind of what I want to do on the next stream. Is like look down the street, and we need to see what landmarks are around this place and what type of businesses. Because one of the complaints I did hear was that businesses were mad that they didn't get notified. But what businesses are around there?
Yeah, and that's what I say. It's definitely looking at it just now and then really being like, okay, I'm thinking like they escaped from a whole prison looking jail or something. No, they escaped from an office building.
Yeah, and I've seen jails be in like in the cities and stuff, but you can
And
tell it's a jail.
exactly, you can tell that one is a jail at all. It
But
literally
that
looks
one,
like, man.
but that one didn't look like one. So I don't know what was going on there. But this next video I'm gonna play for you guys, they're gonna talk about how two women were arrested for helping. Kiki, when you walk away, I'm gonna teach you how to be a YouTuber. When you walk away, can you turn your camera off? And like a little icon will pop up. You get what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like
really?
it's like this. So I turn my camera off and I walk away. So then we're not looking at an empty chair.
Y'all can look at
Yeah,
an
that's what
empty
you do.
chair.
That's what you do when you walk away on YouTube. You put the avatar up. If you're on StreamYard, some people have platforms where you can't do that.
No, I'm on StreamYard. I don't know how to do that.
Oh, you're on your phone, right? There should be like a button at the bottom.
Thank you, Lady Nova. She said this is like a sister's host live. It's nice. So proud of you guys. Peace keeps. I'm gonna say bye to me too.
She said, "Where you go? Where you keep going to?"
I'm back.
Okay. Do you want to practice the avatar thing, or do you see a little button that should be at the bottom of your screen? It'll say "Stop cam" or "Mute."
No, it says mic, cam, chat, more, and then leave.
Hit the camera button. There you go. There you go. That's it. That's the button. Lady said, "Okay, sis got the Metro Wi-Fi. Got it."
Don't be talking about my Wi. I don't know why my Wi-Fi wasn't working like that. I had to connect to a
I
different one.
swear, as soon as you go live, it stops working or something messes up. But you be on your phone scrolling all day long and nothing happening.
Get
And
on.
it's that's where everything go down. So this video right here, New Orleans jailbreak, two arrested for helping escapees. Chat, I want to know if your family member calls you and they just escaped from jail, are you helping them? I tell you right now, heck no. Hell no, don't call me.
I would help you, bro.
What
But
about you? No, it
we don't
depends.
do this type of stuff.
Like convicted? If you're convicted, it's like, oh no, bro, you might need to stay there.
I would help you, but we don't do this type of stuff.
Yeah, you got a
Bro,
point. We better.
TG, look at his eyebrows.
He definitely gets his eyebrows waxed. Let me ask y'all a little side question. How do you guys feel about men waxing their eyebrows? I think that if you have a unibrow, you should go at least at the bare minimum. I do think
He got those waxed and tweaked, bro.
yeah. His eyebrows looking better for mine. Better than mine.
Look, you see mine, right?
um, yeah, she here though, lady. She here, lady. Is your internet working? The key's on the screen because I'm looking at her.
What did she say? I seen it for a
She
second.
said, "We will work with her," said Chef. Our brother got UK Bell South. Oh, he got okay. I get what she's saying. We here. We gonna keep going. Laugh aloud. She leaves. She be back. Yes, we real people over here. See, anything wrong with men getting their eyebrows waxed? Since I have no unibrow, I have a bigger problem with you having a unibrow. I don't know if I want your eyebrows to look better than mine though.
That's right. And I seen it earlier, but like I'm just noticing the arch. Like your arch is better
You know,
than
it's
mine.
like, yeah, it's like.
I wonder if they put makeup on them. I think they do.
You know, like you say, he got a pound of makeup on too. You know, with the lights, you have to wear makeup because it puts a little glare on your face. I guess I just have a glare on my face. That's just will have a glare. But
He
he
said
is.
he take his job too serious. Yeah, for real.
But shoot, with if their paychecks coming right, you coming in nice enough, we'll all take our job serious.
That part. That part.
Okay, let's see what we got to say.
Police, though, just last night, nabbing a fifth escaped inmate and have arrested two other people accused of helping the escaped inmates as this story unfolds there. Fox News multimedia reporter, our friend and colleague there, Oliviana Calmes, she's down there live with the latest. Oliviana, good to see you here. So they're halfway there. 5 down, 5 to go, right?
That's right, Andrew. It's good to be here talking to you, but there are 5 to go, and there are some new arrests made today. So 2 of those arrests were people that helped out during or after the escape, and one individual, according to investigators, is charged with bringing 2 inmates around New Orleans. Now, those 2 inmates are still on the run. The other one is charged with helping Corey Boyd while he was hiding, and Corey is still, he was just brought back into custody. He was that 5th inmate you mentioned last night, and Louisiana State Police captured him in New Orleans, took him to a state facility. He's been in jail on second-degree murder charge, and the 5 inmates who are still on the run are facing charges for murder, battery, domestic abuse, and theft. Now, this bond has been set at $1.1 million for the jail maintenance worker accused of helping the men break out. According to the arrest document, he told police one of the inmates threatened to shank him if he didn't give them help right away. And that this morning, the Louisiana Attorney General tells Fox they're trying to figure out how much of this was an inside job.
I can tell you that we've been very methodical, we've been very thorough, and we are continuing to vet all leads related to the internal staff and organizational structure, policies, procedures, culture at the prison. You know, all of these things contributed.
Officials say the 5 left who remain on the run are from the area and are likely still in Louisiana. So I talked to some people here in New Orleans. They tell me they're on guard. Others tell me they're not fazed by this.
All right, Olivia, I don't think we have that other soundbite there, but I did want to ask, because I've been asking your colleague, Bowen Kedrovich, about, how is the community holding up? What is the sense here? Can you just describe what they told you?
Yeah, so several people I talked with tell me that they're nervous. It makes them fearful to know that these people, according to the Attorney General, are still in the area, at least the state, although she has alerted other states to be aware and on the lookout as well. A few folks here just tell me they get a lot of wild crime stories here, so they are just making sure to take a look around their surroundings each night and each day that this continues on, where there's inmates still on the run, Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine living in that city and knowing this. Like, you gotta be scared when you check your mailbox, when you go outside, you get scared.
You gotta think about something like those guys down there really be the most, bro. So it's like
They really be what?
like the most, like they be outside. That's the best way I can explain it. Like they'll go and do whatever, and then so it's a normal it's a normal thing for them. You know what I mean? So, and then part of what she was saying, it was like some people are scared, but other people don't care because they doing the same thing.
Yeah, she said some people said they weren't phased. I'm like, that's kind of crazy. Lady said, is the schools on alert and lockdown during school hours with security at this time? Or are the kids staying home? Is businesses still going on strong like normal? That's a really great question.
Lady, I'm glad you touched on that because earlier we were just talking about doing a another Google thing to where we can actually see if the supposed to be jail is located around schools and stuff like that, and even hospitals too. So
Yeah, is the businesses going on like normal day? Maybe we should do a live stream just on the public's reaction and like do the Google thing where we look at what businesses are nearby. I can get some TikToks of actual people. So we're hearing a lot from the news, but what is the people saying? How are the people reacting? Are they operating like normal or what? Because I tell you, it'd be hard to go to work. It'd be hard. It'd be hard to send my kid to school. I wouldn't send them to school knowing this. Nope, you ain't gonna get my baby.
I think they probably are, but like I was saying, it's like it's not. I feel like this for that state. You know what I'm saying? It's probably
Normal. She did say in that clip that somebody had said that there's normally a lot of crazy crime stories. And so maybe they are used to it.
Yeah, so
maybe they are,
they probably like how y'all let 10 people away, 5 got caught, and that the other 5 out. That's my brother.
But yeah, that's a good question. Are they still going on with their day to day? Like everything normal, everything good? It would be hard for me to do that.
Yeah, Alaska and Louisiana is definitely 2 different ball games. You know what I mean? So
Definitely so. I don't think you're gonna see 10 people running up out of jail in the winter. Hey, lady, what's going
Oh snap!
on?
I got the scarf on. Hey y'all. Well, first
Yeah,
off,
when you come up here.
First off, thank you for acknowledging.
hold up. Where your edges, girl?
Where yours be?
Okay, we see you.
You see the drawers? You see
Over
the
here
drawers?
showing off.
You
Make
see the
everybody
drawers?
feel popo.
Yeah, I got some jewels up in there somewhere. Hold on, let me bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. Hold on. There you go. I gotta push it back. But anyway, Keith, thank you for acknowledging that I brought that point up because parents should be worrying about if their kids are safe when they go to school. You know what I'm saying? Damn, you can't say you see the jewels?
Oh, I can
yeah,
see.
see
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I see it.
Yep.
Oh, okay. You got your nails done. Okay, lady.
Keek.
I'm about to look like a snack
I
today.
had to do that because Keek thinks she got the magic fingers or what. I look. But anyway, serious note. Serious note though. Sorry, my husband brushed his teeth. Just, self care is a plus. But anyways, um, is business still going on? Like people walking around like it's a normal day. You walking your dog. You know how at nighttime? Well, maybe y'all do because y'all in Alaska. I ain't gonna say Alaska. Y'all in Alaska, and I'm coming out there whenever y'all get a Spirit Airlines section in the airport. Okay. Well, Metro PCS, or Metro, not a Metro PCS, but a Metro bus line station downtown, okay? It gotta be downtown. Anyway, like I was saying. But yeah, they really need to get this on the alert, because this is crazy. There's how many kids be around or skipping school, you know what I'm saying? What if they get caught and they need a hospice?
Yeah, and that's another
Ooh.
thing. We have to literally see exactly, you know, where the jail is located at. What is it nearby? Because it gotta be nearby. Pretty much all of that, because the city don't even look that big.
And you see that office facility business, we going there for.
And they gonna try to call it jail. Lady, what's up?
My
Bro.
phone was ringing. Can you hear me?
Okay, don't talk about our jail.
Man, it almost looks like a resort.
Really? They got everything in there but security.
And how does that make sense?
Yeah. Lady, you back?
Yeah, my bad. Somebody called me,
Okay.
messed my shit up, so I gotta wait for it to load and shit. And I ain't got Metro, so I'm just waiting. I'm just like, I got that other shit that Ryan Reynolds be. Just because a celebrity do a commercial don't mean it's a good deal, okay? Cause I'm on Mint Mobile, and I thought it was a good deal because I seen Ryan Reynolds get it. It's his shit. I'm like, let me go get. I got AT&T. Reach out and touch a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I went from reach out and touch a nigga to this shit. And I was like, okay, I got 3 months to pay my bill. Cool. I can go buy me some shoes and some lamb chops and shit. All right, but but why my Wi-Fi ain't on? How many gigabytes I got? What kind of shit is this? Man, F you, Ryan. I ain't never listened to Ryan no more. Little cute
Yeah,
shit. Get on my
them
nerves.
celebrities be endorsing products that they don't even use.
Yeah, watch Denzel gonna come out with something and I'm gonna be on #1 subscriber.
Yo, I love Denzel. I don't know what it is about him. I love Denzel.
If you
Kiki,
love
I didn't
him,
know
did you
this.
see him go off on that reporter? Did you see him go
No,
off
I
on it? It
didn't.
went viral. It went, girl, you should look it up while you're on the phone. Oh no, you got the Metro PCS. You're gonna turn black if you
No,
started
I do.
searching
No,
it.
I do not. I don't got the same thing you
Kiki
got.
got 2
What you got, Bell South from Alaska?
No, I got 3 phones from Alaska.
She got that Bell South.
3
Look,
phones,
she's like,
okay?
Alaska might not be in the South, but I sure got Bell South. Anyway,
Was
my
it
shit
on?
is
Was it
$3 a
on?
month.
Was it on YouTube?
Your shit $3 a month, girl. That's that Section 8 phone.
Look, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Girl, I got the
Okay?
Obama phone. Stop playing. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Let's see what these other, you know what, I'm gonna say this too. If you help them change clothes, get them some new, I can't say, some peach, fed them, you should be locked up. You should be locked up. That's aiding and abetting. You're helping them, you know what I'm saying, You got an inmate on the loose. His ass hungry. Let him go back to the thing, begging to get in so he can eat. You know what I'm saying? Or find his little scrappings of food. I be like, hey, this is me. I'm finna reenact it. Who that? Okay. Who? Did that say Ralph? Ain't that nigga like that? Who? Go open that door. Nigga, what you doing here? I don't know you. I don't know. You got to go. He was like, let me make a sound. He was like, let me make a sound. Man, I ain't even went grocery shopping, dog. There goes some bread right there. That I ain't got two things to match. I got bread and no meat. There you go.
Oh, bro.
I ain't got two things to match. You got some water. You know what? They just turned my shit off, and you know I don't buy water. He gonna be dehydrated. He gonna be cold, dehydrated, everything. You ain't finna call my name talking about oh you stopped here first. The hell you did it. I'm moving out tonight. Mama.
So look, how long? Look,
Damn,
how
she all in
long do you
Mississippi.
think it's? How long do you think it's gonna take for them to catch the other 5?
Well, they got help. You seen that brother have some skinny jeans on? They got help. And the one fool probably got him some nook, forgot to set the alarm, went to sleep. Do. He here, I know he here. And he mad and shit, crying and shit. Because he forgot to set his alarm, so he called. Did nobody tell you to escape, dumbass, and not have a plan? What you thought your plan was? Oh, you gonna go back home? I ain't going home. If that was me, I ain't going home. I would have me a burner. I go buy me a burner and I tell my folks what's up. I ain't gonna tell them to leave, not right away. Don't leave right away. I would never tell them to do that because it's suspicious. If I'm in trouble, I ain't gonna get you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? This is my shit. Well, I need to involve you.
Exactly. Like, if you really care about me, especially if person got kids, why are you getting them involved in this mess? And you
Not
already been
even not.
convicted.
But okay, I understand that aspect of it, but you gotta think about the person that's literally on the other side saying, "Okay." They
And they
stupid.
love them. So, and you know, grandma gonna feed them. She gonna be like, baby, here, now take this shit with you.
That's a good point, lady.
Take
Like,
this
they
shit
love
with
these
you.
people, but we're seeing them as criminals because we don't know them.
Yeah, but you got murderers out there who ain't caring. What if they don't care when it's time to get caught? What if they don't care when they get nervous and the cop don't see them, but they so nervous they get caught because they look suspicious and acting suspicious. And like I said, they snatch the nearest person near them until they have a gang of cops coming up, surrounding them, trying to make a negotiation type of shit. Like you in a movie. You know they gonna try to act like they got a part in the movie and act it out. Come on now. Everybody want their
I did
fame.
not. You know what? I'm glad you said that because I didn't even that whole scenario didn't even pass my mind. But you definitely got a point there. There's still 5 people out there, so we got 5 more situations.
Yeah,
That
I
could
want to ask them
possibly
so bad.
happen.
I want to talk to all those 5. Like, dude, do you even have
What were y'all thinking?
a life list, like a plan? Like, what you want to do in life before you die? I at least want to do the spirit tunnel on Jennifer Hudson. Come on now, I know you got plans. What the hell? You know that
They
Jennifer Hudson, that
know.
spirit tunnel, and be like Lady, lady, that's her name, lady, lady. I'm like, I'm be having
They
fun
did
with
not
that.
have a plan.
I'm be smelling like Eddie Murphy.
My other sister Toya said that the men should have become streetwalkers. They should have got wigs and kind of turn themselves into females because yes, they have on clothes, but they got on nigga clothes, and they're
Tell
looking for.
Toya to call me. Tell Toya to call me. Tell Toya to call me. We got too many of those already. Tell her to call me. We don't need no more.
So they would have put in, but they it would have worked though, lady.
No, you can't say nothing else on that. No more. Because we even got some we didn't even know about. We motherfuckers ain't in the closet no more. They in the hallways now. They down the street, nigga. They ain't in the closet no more. They down the street looking at you
But
like,
lady, Toya was saying it would have worked. They would have got away if they would have turned into women.
nigga, like, say it again. What you said? Say it again. What you said? What you said? I heard what you said. Say it again. What you said? And the niggas doing this shit. Come on now, get the fuck out of here. I hate when a female
Lady,
do
you
that.
are so funny.
Come on now, I'm being real, bro. I'm not even trying to crack jokes. I'm just talking.
But do you think they would have got away, lady, if they would have became women?
Come here, bub.
Didn't I tell you don't talk about that no more?
That
I'm
was
talking
just
to
a possible theory.
Kiki, I think that they should have. I think they should have went out of town. Kiki, I'm talking to Kiki.
That's who.
I ain't
Could
talking
help.
to you. I ain't talking to you.
Honestly,
Because I told you don't bring that subject up no more. We got too many of those up there.
No,
We
but
are
you
just
know
breaking
what?
down all
But
scenarios.
you know what?
Larlisha down the street got her wig on, rotating that shit. And that's the boy. You a boy, Damon? Damn. Take that shit off.
They would have got away though.
No, don't do that. Because if a nigga want to borrow your wig, if he want to borrow your wig, he's a suspect.
Look, they can't burn my wigs. I don't wear them things. Neither does
Oh
Kiki.
no, I can't wear no
Neither
wig.
does Toya. We are not a wig family.
I
We
can't
don't
do
care that
that.
much.
Can you imagine me? Can you imagine me with a wig on and I'm walking down the street? It's not glued. It's not taped down, pinned down, or whatever the hell they do. Put thumbtacks in them. I ain't got none of that shit in there or clip.
What?
So I'm walking, and let's say my scalp itching, and I do that shit, and my shit sliding. I'm just gonna take that shit off and scratch it in public. I don't need no wig. You won't want to be with me in public if I had a wig on.
Lady, you're the Foodiegang, and we love you. I would accept you, however you look. If you had a
No,
wig
I'm
on,
trying
I
to
just
tell
wouldn't say nothing about it.
And I ain't gonna have no stocking cap with no 4 braids. I might have some
Are you
ponytails.
money on it?
I might look like Celie underneath.
I
don't know what you want me to tell you. I might have some prison braids, the 2 braids, you know, and connect them. Yeah.
Right.
Almost did it again. My bad.
Oh, it's okay, Kiki. It's okay. I know we live. Hey, Illuminator, how you doing? I was just talking about you. We have brought up the fact that we think the prison was a part of it. And I was like, yeah, that's what Illuminator thinks too.
Yeah, they was.
Yeah.
And I don't care if I was a guard or the dean. What's they call? Not the dean. This ain't college. But anyway,
the warden.
The warden. Yeah, the warden. And they had to question them. And he asked him. He was like, "So, how did you get in this situation?" Well, the prisoners put knives or these little sharp objects against my neck. I just stare at his ass and fire his ass. I just fire him, and then he going to jail. He's going to jail. Because how long did they know that they were missing? Why you didn't say nothing right away? If you was a hostage, you know what I'm saying? I really want to know his excuse of it. You can't tell me that they put sharp, objects against your neck or against your body to threaten you or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
First, and you
And
know what? And think
hours
about
later,
this.
7 hours later, we find out, and you juggling around doing, shaking your dreads or whatever those little things he got in his head, and like everything cool. You guilty. 7 hours later, or whatever. How
No,
many
but
hours?
think about this. He literally looks like the younger five that got caught.
Who, the guard?
The janitor. Which one are you talking about?
He's the cousin. He know them.
That's what I was thinking.
He was
They're
friends with
all
family,
related.
and the homies went with them. Shit, you can't tell me that ain't his fault. Why the hell
He
else he gonna
related to
do
one
it?
of them.
He was like, "Hey man, you know that shit. Hey man, I see you, on the outside." Oh, then he gonna call him and say, "Man, what a nigga at? Why you meet up with me?" He gonna look at the news. Damn, this nigga got called. All that hard work I did.
But Kiki brought up a good point earlier. She said the guy that helped them escape is now in jail, and some of them are free. How do you feel about that,
Say it again.
lady?
Say it again, cause you jumped.
The maintenance worker that helped them is now locked up, and now some of them are free. So they pretty much traded places. What do you think of that? Like that, how that
If
must
he
feel?
really, I would want to talk to him. I really would want to talk to him. I'm like, fool. He gonna be like, my name is Jesse. Fool. So you in here, they out there. Well, at least five of them. Five of those ninjas, they gone. And some, maybe one might not ever get caught because he might be the smartest one in the group and probably went to Alaska. No, I'm just going to another country or whatever. But what they give you for you to do this to risk your life? I'll wait. What was worth that amount to do that? That's a big offense, homie. That's a felony. That ain't no damn misdemeanor. That's past 3 strikes.
Yeah, I mean, of course he passed 3 strikes. It didn't even take him to get 3 strikes. His
I will
bail is
yeah.
1.1 million. He's not
That's
getting out.
crazy. That's crazy that this is the first time I think he got a clean record. But like you got a $1.1 million bond. You even got no 3 strikes, 2 strikes. They just had the first one out of there. It's crazy. Um but that must
At
suck that
that,
he's in jail now
bro,
and then they're free.
at that point, you know what I would do? I'll just take my cot and my little pillow and I'll just lay down. Like, who's helping me?
And then so that must like suck for him. It's like, dang. Do you think he's gonna get out of jail or get out of this whole situation?
I think that probably like eventually he it's a possibility just because, there's still information that nobody knows. His lawyer probably knows more. And then also like, dang, he kind of SOL honestly because even if he was to snitch on them, they're murderers.
Mm.
So like, how
My
long?
bad. I had a call. I had another call,
Oh
and
no worries, ladies. You know what makes me so mad? Nobody will
I'm
call
so
you, and as
busy.
soon as you get on live, everybody call you.
Oh no, I get calls all day because I be doing business and stuff, and my doctors and stuff. The 4-letter S
Yeah.
word. We don't use that word. That's a sacred
Mhm.
word. The 4-letter S word. Because as you can see, I'm blessed and I look cool. You can't tell I'm the 4-letter S word. I be
I'm always
asking them.
happy to
So
see you, lady, especially in the chat. But when you join the panel, I'm happy to see you. Like okay, it's a good sign. She's doing okay.
I love you, and I'm gonna give you my number in your DM. You can hit me up.
Okay.
We got a personal. Sorry, Keeks. Don't get jealous. She my sister too. Anyway, cause I adopted Keeks before I adopted you. Cause when I seen her, I was like, hey sis, and I was like, I never said that to her. Damn, I fucked up.
No, we're not offended. We really like y'all
No,
too
not
on
at
this
all.
channel.
Yeah.
That's why we be doing Sunday dinner. Y'all like the family now.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
the uncle's funny though. Y'all need to bring him around more. The uncle for dinner. Him and Keek need to have a conversation. Just them. They just need two pictures. Like bam. Like you see how it's three up here. They just need those two up there, and they just need to have a conversation. That would be Comedy Central. I'm telling you that.
No. Uncle's cool. Uncle's cool.
No, y'all
No,
funny
he's cool.
together. If y'all have a conversation,
Yeah.
that would be Comedy Central.
He's cool, and we are on Facebook. So hey, Uncle, what's up, Uncle? They said they want to
Where
see you
you
back
at?
here.
Where you
And Uncle,
been?
they ask me every time,
Let Keek ask
where's
him a
Uncle at?
question, and he sit back and he go like this on the chair. Well, and he go in. It's a wrap.
We do have a whole story to each question.
I'm gonna show y'all something.
Like,
Since this is our Foodiegang channel, you see this muffin?
okay, you're doing big things out here. Let me make it a little bigger.
I'm hooked on this muffin, right? This is the only bad thing I eat. And they told me I gotta stop it. And I was according to who? It's a that's what it's called. So I can't pronounce it. So I can't pronounce it. So that's the closest I get. Manacata. So
Is there
mentacata.
something extra in it?
No, it's a Mexican muffin. And sometimes
A
I would eat.
Mexican.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I would eat two or three a day.
You know what
I
I
never
just
heard
seen
of
at
that.
the I just seen at the store the other day? They got like it's like a new, it's like Chinese ice cream. And it looks like an egg, and it's like one of them is mango, the other one's like
That
Hell
mango ice
no.
cream is like viral. We gotta get it and try it.
I'm not eating no frozen damn egg.
it looked like an egg. That's how it's shaped.
No. No. No.
I heard about the mango and the peach ice cream though.
No,
And I
I
think
don't
they
eat none of
got
that.
it.
I don't eat none of
They
that.
have
So
it. They
every
have
once in
it
a
in
while, I will get ice cream.
red
But
apple.
real quick with my diet, since we're going live, so you can hear it verbally, because I know you be trying to figure it out. I have with the MS. I'm trying to reverse it. Even if I don't reverse it, I'm eating like I'm reversing it. And I have this book. I'm like right here. Let me show you. Right here. It's the Wells Protocol.
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all see it?
Yeah, it says the radical way to treat all chronic autoimmune. Wow.
Yeah. So, and this guy in here had reversed the MS that he was carrying or whatever. So, and I was like, well, I'm gonna try to do that. And everybody, I've been carrying it for a while, and for me to have it for a while, I am blessed to have look like this, to have this, and everybody be like, you actually look good and you doing good. And I'm like, it ain't nothing but God. It's the way you eat. If you have MS, the main key is veggies. Clean. Go organic. Because, you get the regular veggies, all the other stuff they put in it, and they probably shoot it out when it's, you know what I'm saying, when it's in the ground and stuff growing. Go organic. Vegetables. I eat a lot of greens, a lot of vegetables. I think as a retired early nurse and all the studies, our blood type You know how you be raised and your mom raised you and she feeds you and eat peanut butter and jelly. If your blood type tell you not to eat peanut butter and you eat peanut butter, how you know that's not giving you a condition later in life? You know, because you're not eating by your blood type. Eating by your blood type. And I know we had conversations on maybe we should do this and maybe we should do that, and we was talking about Weight Watchers, and I told you you could try it, but you a cook. All you gotta do is just cook different. You gotta learn how to cook again, though. That's what they told me. You have to. I said I know how to cook. They said no. You have to learn how to cook again. You have to eat different, so you gotta cook that way. All the other stuff you been cooking, you ain't gonna be able to eat that too much more. Every once in a while, I take a little snippet over here, but you gotta be disciplined, and I'm very disciplined when it comes to it because I'm very serious. And if you see my dishes, you'll be like, damn, she really do eat a lot of vegetables. I will take stuff and I freestyle it. I ain't gonna lie, I will cheat. I will go get me a chicken taco. Don't tell nobody. And I will tell them, put the tortilla on the side and the chicken on the cabbage. I will take that little raw cabbage and I'll cook it and mix the chicken with it. I'll take some shrimps, mix it with broccoli, asparagus. I love my bok choy. Don't never say no to the bok choy. Just put your little bok choy with your vegetables. You good. You have to learn how to, if you don't like vegetables, you have to learn how to cook it to your liking and season it. I don't use a lot of salt. And I was trying to tell my big
I
ass sisters,
agree with that.
I was trying to tell my big ass sisters, I can make y'all look good, but y'all too damn greedy. Y'all can't let the shit go. Y'all ain't gonna be disciplined. We be fighting. And I won't fight you because this
Tell
ain't my
them
life.
that.
Nah, let them rub their knees and legs together when they walk. I'm cool. They can't never, at least they can't never borrow my shit, so I'm good. I'm not mad. Like, can I borrow your
Lady.
shirt? Yeah. Yeah, you
You
sure
gotta have a
can.
nicer delivery.
For what? For what? They're my sisters. And I've been telling them for a long time, so I'm trying to be nice. So I've been there, done that. You know, I know how to be
Yeah.
nice. I know how to be nice. I'm a retired nurse. And I tell a lot of people, baby, take care of yourself. Because this week is still the week. Is it still the week of the National Association Women's Health Week? And I think that all women, don't put me right there. This your show. Put you back.
You want it? Okay, lady.
This your shit. This your
I was trying to
shit.
switch it up so y'all can tie looking at the
No,
same screen.
no. This ain't my life. I ain't the host. That means I'm the host and I'm gonna feel the pressure. So no. I forgot what I was saying. You always fucking me up. But no.
Don't try to blame me. You was talking about
I forgot.
eating
Trust God.
right.
Trust God.
Yes.
You should be ashamed of yourself because I forgot what I said.
But you know what, lady, if you think of it, just let us know. But I agree with everything that you said that food is important. Food is important.
Yeah, but how important is it? Do you eat when you get full or do you eat till you have enough?
Can you repeat that question?
Exactly. Kiki, starting with you. I want y'all to both answer. When you eat, do you eat till you get full or till you have enough?
That that question is honestly a catch-22.
You said what?
It's a catch-22 because
I
you
thought
can
she
do
said
both.
ask me at 22. I'm like, what?
No, I said it's a catch-22 because you can honestly do both. You can eat until you're full, or you can overindulge. You know what I mean? Um, it really just depends on how you're feeling. So
In the Bible, did they say it's a sin to eat till you full? To make yourself full?
We're not even about to
Did they
go
say
into all
something
that because
about
I don't even.
gluttony? But lady,
Yeah.
we get what you're saying, but let's be real, y'all know America is what it is.
I
A
know.
lot of our pastors and people that go to church. So you know what I'm saying? So that's a hard one.
No, I'm just playing. I didn't do that just to do that. But no, because I used to do my greedy ass used to eat till I was full. But this is what I do. I eat till I have enough. My stomach is small. Like I can't eat a lot. And when I eat like that, my stomach started shrinking smaller. It's like the size of a gastro bypass amount of food that they would eat, kind of. Kind of. Sometimes I could eat a little bit more. And I used to get pissed off on Thanksgiving because I want to pig out. And I'm like, okay, if I take a pinch of this and a pinch of that, maybe I could get everything on one plate. But shit, I get
It
full too
ain't
fast.
happening.
Yeah, and it's it's the condition too. I was about to say mine. Lord forgive me, it's not mine. The condition or whatever. And sometimes the MS affects my hunger. And I won't get hungry. And in the beginning, when I first had it, I used to be like, "Damn, did I eat today?" And I started realizing my appetite was tripping. That's before I got diagnosed. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, I don't think I ate today, and I've been like that for a while now. So when I get like that, I make myself eat, even if it's something small. Like the other day when I put in the chat, I was like, I had a boiled egg, couple of grapes, a half a banana, I chopped it up, and I took, you know how you have an apple and you cut it, slice it? I had 2 slices of those because I'm not really an apple person no more. And I chopped those up so it could look like I had a mountain of apples in there, but it wasn't really. And then I had a little thing of cheese this small. It was a block. And I ate it because I'm not really supposed to eat cheese. Because with the paleo diet in the book, you eliminate the cheese.
So this is an interview I did with Nicole. She also has MS and she lives on a boat and she cooks really amazing food, but she has MS too, and she's saying that like someday she does need help with walking. She has a scooter and she has her husband that also helps her a lot. But she showed me the boat and it was just amazing that she has MS and she makes amazing food. I
I'm so
never would have
blessed.
thought that.
I don't need help walking. And if I do, I just grab my cane. I am
Yeah.
blessed.
Yeah. Cause like she kind of says the same thing that you say, like some days are good days, some days are bad days.
Yeah, you never know
But
what you're gonna
she
have.
keeps going.
Yeah, I don't plan stuff no more. I ain't gonna lie to you and say, oh yeah, let's go do it. I'm gonna come out there and visit y'all in next summer. No, we ain't gonna do that because I don't know what next summer is gonna look like with me.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And Kiki, do you have time to watch this last video? It's gonna show where Gary Price was captured in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And it's about 2 minutes. Okay,
All right, I'm gonna turn my camera
I'm
off.
gonna
Okay.
play this. Okay, I'm gonna play this video, and I just want you to show. I just wanted y'all to look at how they was not playing with him.
We now know there was intentional, and we know there were failures, and we don't know if all those failures were intentional. So that investigation, the criminal side, is paramount. There were failures in our personnel.
City Council held an hours-long, sometimes heated emergency meeting today as leaders questioned Sheriff Susan Hudson about Friday's escape of 10 inmates. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for watching. I'm Katie Moore.
And I'm Sharice Gibson. The biggest concerns raised today were about the seemingly delayed response to the escape and what appeared to be a lack of communication between departments and to the public.
Meanwhile, 6 of those inmates are still on the run tonight after the arrest of a 4th of them last night. Eleanor Tabone tracked down security video showing the moments that Gary Price was found in New Orleans East.
Pay close attention to the number of law enforcement officers surrounding this corner lot. The video zooms in. You see one person not in uniform. Here's the key moment. Louisiana State Police detectives, with support from LSP SWAT, turn around, revealing Gary Price, hands behind his back and back in custody. In the video, you see a SWAT truck parked on the front lawn of this house on Good Drive in New Orleans East. All of the state police members have their weapons drawn. You can even see an officer at the top of the SWAT truck, ready. You can see the fresh tire marks in the grass here. Neighbors tell us that law enforcement rammed this fence to gain access to the property. Property, residents tell us, is currently empty. Louisiana State Police posted pictures Monday night of 21-year-old Gary Price back in custody. After his arrest, LSP say they flew him to a secure correctional facility. According to the Department of Corrections, Price is in Angola. State police say he'll be booked for simple escape and possession of Schedule 2. Price is in the Orleans Parish Jail for attempted first-degree murder, domestic abuse, and aggravated assault. Eleanor Tabone, WWL, Louisiana.
Again, Price has been booked into Angola.
Okay, so that is Gary Price. I also have another video here.
Hell. Look at him. He is
Hey.
mad. I got out just to get back in here.
Yes. Hey, Angela, how are you doing? She said, wow, they caught all 5 inmates. Yes, but there's 10 total. I have another video here as well where definitely that is very true. Where they were in an apartment building and they had a dog and they had the whole SWAT team and all that stuff. I'm gonna look for that one. But Kiki, what's up?
I wonder if they got
Is
baby
that all his
mama.
mugshots?
I don't know, but they all ugly, and I wonder if they got baby mama.
Are those
four
all the
different
same
people? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
No, those are all
That's
4
the
different
same guy?
people. Look how wide his circle face is. Look how small the little one first one is. Look at the one from Congo, the last one, and look
But
at the
why would
long
they
face
show?
one.
Why would they show 4 though? That's
Oh no!
Gary
See the
Price.
one with the Coolio braids?
No.
You see the one with the Coolio braids?
Let
His
me
lips is
go
large.
back and let me play it and see what they say.
Louisiana.
Again, Price has been booked into Angola. State police released these new videos of him and the 3 others caught on Friday. We're told anyone caught will be.
Oh, okay, so these are different people. The
I'm trying
first
to
3
tell
people look
you.
very much alike.
No, they don't, because the second dude lips is enlarged. He look like he'll swallow all them. The third one, his face is long. The fourth one look like he from the Congo. And the first one don't have no face because his shit so small and he got all that shit on top of his head. So his head could look bigger. No, they all different. He look like a little corpse. They cool. No, I'm good. But my question is, how the hell did they catch him? Was they tug along him? Did you see what he looked like? He changed his clothes, and it looked like. And if he changed his clothes in some bummy ass, dirty clothes, he needed his ass whooped. His pants was coming down.
I don't know. Maybe his pants fell down when they
No,
were
because
doing.
he's
I'm not really
borrowing
too
somebody
sure.
else's shit. That's somebody who's bigger than him, and he couldn't fit it. So he was like, "Man, this all I can wear because I gotta get out that jumper." But he's holding it up because he got, you know how he holding it up? Because he got his legs open while he walking. That's why they walk like that. That's how their pants don't fall down. I figured it out. Yep, I figured that shit out. You know, I got to put my camera on because it's 420 somewhere.
There was another video I had that show, and I'm going to find it, y'all. I'm going to find it. But Kiki, I know you was saying that you got to roll out. Whenever you got to leave, you can just drop down. I think this might be this video.
Oh, we know, sis. We can just leave and not say goodbye. We know.
No, I'm about to go.
I'm just playing.
Don't say it like that, lady.
I'm just
about to
playing. You know I
eat.
gotta be better. You know I gotta be.
I already started eating on the camera. I need to eat.
Kiki always gotta eat.
So this is not
Well, Kiki, hey,
we ain't driven like that.
Hey, what age difference are you guys? Like 3, 2, 5.
Back to back. Steppers. Our parents was getting down.
No, how old are you?
Bow. I'm 32. Kiki's about to be 32.
I'm 31, about to be 32.
Hold on, stop. Let's start that over. Because I don't see no third party Kiki. Kiki, how old are you? Kiki about to be 32. Kiki, how old are you? I am
33.
Damn, was that hard? She said Kiki about to be.
Okay, steppers.
So you said Kiki is 30. I'm like,
I'm 33. Kiki's about to be 32.
I know you said Kiki about to be 32. And I'm like, we ain't gonna do that.
Oh,
That's
she said
crazy.
TT.
Yeah.
My nickname for my family is TT, so they always call me TT. That's
Oh,
the
your name
nickname I
starts
got
with
from
a
the
T?
hood and stuff.
Because your name starts with a
Yeah.
T?
No, not really. The third letter of my name is a T. So my real name is Letitia and her real name is Nikisha. So they call us Kiki and TT.
and the other one is La Tortisha. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, Tortisha.
No, Taya's
Y'all
real
say
name is
y'all all got a Isha, Isha.
No.
What's wrong with your mama? I'm gonna talk to her. Tell her to call me.
It's Toya, Nikisha, Letitia.
So they always called us TT, Kiki, and Toya.
I would have been mad at y'all if I grew up with y'all and I had to come over to your house. I'm just gonna point. I want to play with her. I tell her to come here. I'm just gonna be pointing. The only one I'm gonna say name is Toya because she got the normalized one. Hey Toy. Get her all kinds of nicknames. Hey Toy. Y'all crazy. Y'all be having me my brain shaking.
No, but no, like if you actually like grew up with us, everybody knows our nicknames. But
I
it's
know.
so funny because a lot of people didn't know our full names.
Then you be telling people, yeah, all my friends, yeah, I got Lakeisha, Lanisha, Keisha, and Toya, and all them. We all kick it together, but don't mess with Lakeisha because if you mess with Lakeisha, we're gonna get over there with Keisha, and then she gonna call Isha and then come and get you. Cause then she call Keisha and they get Alicia. Girl, I ain't got time for that shit. It's too much work. I'm just gonna call you, hey, child, baby girl. Hey, boo.
But see, you know how it is when you're growing up. Everybody's names be kind of complicated and all that stuff. Okay, so this video shows a little bit more of when they were captured and all that stuff. I'm really mad because the video I want to show I can't find it. That's okay though. That's okay. So let me pull this up.
Inmates in Louisiana. Today, officials announced 2 more people were arrested for allegedly assisting the fugitives. Kitty Weiss has the latest from New Orleans.
As the hunt for the remaining New Orleans inmates intensifies, another escapee is back behind bars. Louisiana State Police released this image of 19-year-old Corey Boyd after he was recaptured Tuesday night. This video shows the moment 21-year-old Gary Price was nabbed a day earlier and later flown to a state prison.
I am confident that they will all be behind bars.
Boyd and Price were among 10 inmates who broke out of the Orleans Parish Jail Friday by ripping out a toilet and sink unit in a cell and climbing through a hole behind it. The men even left behind a message on the wall that read, "Too easy, LOL."
This is the area where they made their final escape. They had to scale this concrete wall that separates the prison from Interstate 10, then dart across the interstate to freedom.
We have said this from Friday and will continue to say it over and over again. If you help them, you will be prosecuted.
Sterling Williams, a maintenance worker at the jail, is now behind bars, accused of cutting off the water to the cell the inmates escaped from. The 33-year-old told investigators one of the inmates, Antoine Massey, threatened to shank him if he didn't do it. The mass escape is shedding light on vulnerabilities at the jail, including critical infrastructure issues.
This facility was never designed to be a maximum security jail. It was built for short-term detention. Unfortunately, time and deferred investment have caught up with us all.
The sheriff who oversees the facility has.
Wait, what? I didn't see this part.
I told you. Bam, boom.
Wow.
My thing is, how that big ass Congo dude get through that little hole?
Yeah, that hole is pretty small. Okay, so it says New Orleans sheriff has suspended her re-election campaign after the prison escape. So she, like I said, she is doubling down. She's pretty much saying that it wasn't even meant for this. It was never supposed to be a maximum security
So why do you
jail.
got murderers in there? Why do you have high alert prisoners in there? Why you have people in there that ain't even got parking tickets in there then? That's scared to break out. That's what that's for.
And that's the part I don't get. Okay, it's like if it's not meant for that, then why are you doing it? Which is what you
Yeah.
said, lady.
Exactly, because and I feel like if you're like the warden of like the jails and stuff like that, you know exactly who's coming in and stuff like that. So why not send them to other places like y'all just did when y'all recaptured them?
Exactly. And
And
my
then they go right
Exactly.
too easy on right above the hole, bro.
and now they tagging their all name under there. They said tagging name for you, so they know. Dumbass.
And now she's trying to say, well, it's not really my fault because it wasn't meant for this. Okay, then why were you doing that?
So who do we blame? Do we blame the dude that said they was gonna shake me? You guys gonna take his word for that?
I think she might have something to do with it, honestly.
I don't think she did, because if you trying to get an election, you're not gonna try to get no bum ass dudes out of jail and risk your life as a high alert. Not if you watch Raising Canaan or Power, you know B-Box from
I
Power.
mean, yeah, you speaking about that, but I
She was a
mean,
sheriff and she was a street person. You think she
no,
would do some shit like that?
what I'm saying is that she could have got tied up with one of them.
No, I don't think, because she wasn't even there. She's a sheriff. She wasn't even there.
Mm.
The
Oh,
guards
I
was
think
there. She was
It
at the
says that
police
she's a
I
station.
thought
sheriff. I
she
wonder if she
I
worked
thought she was
in the jail or.
that's where I'm getting confused at, because she's
That's the
answering for
question, yeah.
she's
Was she?
answering for a
What
lot
did
of
she
it,
work
but
at the jail?
yeah, so
She has to
who
answer because she's
And
a sheriff. And you gotta answer people. She had to do some look into,
where's the
some
warden
all
then?
kinds of shit.
that's what
Huh?
I'm saying.
You said
Where's the
where's the who?
warden then?
Sorority?
Where's the warden? Are we gonna hear anything from them?
That part.
Do they got
They might
anything that they
be
want to say?
That's the number one person they
no
need to be talking to. The sheriff needs to be
they
talking to him
might
because
be
he was
one
in
of
charge.
them. They might be one of the people that she mentioned and didn't say the name.
This food and picking up.
Mmm. Because remember, she was like, we suspend some people, but she didn't name a name.
Yeah.
It's like, no, go ahead and name the names.
I don't know.
You want to be
Why
messy?
you gonna name the janitor, but you ain't gonna name no other workers? I don't
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
crazy.
That's foul.
It definitely is, and it's like she's so willing to throw that maintenance man under the bus, but it kind of feels like she's covering for the other people.
Yeah.
He's cute, huh? That's my baby. Sorry. I had to show off my child. Because he's bothering me. He's bothering me. He wants to go outside. But he's so clean right now. Mommy won't let him outside. No. Later.
Is it a dog?
Okay, I'm
I
not
didn't
talking to
even.
Is
Key.
it a dog?
I'm not talking to Key for the rest of the day. She don't know her
She
species. She
I
don't know
is
her
didn't
species.
see.
She don't know her species. It's a damn
I
cat. Say meow.
no.
Look, old McDonald's had a
I
farm.
did not
E-I-E-I-O.
see.
On his farm, he had a cat. What do it sound like, Keeks?
I got a dog.
E-I-E-I-O.
Woof.
Well, my dog passed away.
Sorry.
So I don't have a dog.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right. That was my
You said
baby.
Key don't know her species. Key, look,
I wasn't
lady,
even
my
looking at the
family is
phone.
not. I didn't see it either, but my family is not an animal family.
I see.
We don't do that. We
Cause I
don't do
want a
animals like
monkey. I want
that.
a monkey. I don't care. Yeah, you can go outside. Go. Out of there. Out of there. Go. Come.
You gotta be careful with them wild animals as pets, though.
Mm.
They ain't mess around and turn on you.
Well, I'm glad I ain't got that problem. So, I'm good. I just got a cat. And I used to like those motherfuckers, though. And I love my
They be
cat.
scratching and stuff.
No, it's not that. They weird. I'm like DC Young Fly. I don't trust them. But then when I got mine, they were so independent. My cats are dependent. When they comes to me, they always needed me, and I had 3 at one. Now I'm down to 1. I had one that act like a baby, forever baby, and when I was out of town, my husband found him in a closet, and man, that was my baby. The first one was like a dog. His name was Chill. He died, and my husband, I was out of town when he died. I'm like, you a suspect, brother. That's 2 animals. Actually, that's 3 because my snake, and I was there with him. But I came home. He said, I left the snake in the sun too long. You fried the snake on accident? I forgot. I said, you don't need pets. And you grow up with dogs. You don't need no other pets.
A woman Negro said, blame it on the black worker like always. And that's kind of what it looks like is going on.
Who said that? What do you mean by that?
He
They all
said,
black. They all black, and it's a black
no, he said,
dominated
blame it on the
state.
black workers like always. No, they're not all black because we did see some sheriffs, COs that were
No, I'm
white.
talking about that's involved is black. The inmates and the person in hell, they all black. So yeah, blame the black person. Yeah.
But there
What's
are
wrong?
some white
No, I'm
people
just
too,
playing.
but
I'm
we're
just
not
playing.
seeing them get nothing. I get what a Lumen Negro is saying, okay?
I'm just playing.
It does seem like, and then they don't got a $1.1 million bond though, lady.
See, my thing is, what is the punishment? You gonna double up on the time, triple up on time, be the example, so motherfuckers don't think about it, trying to escape again. And how the hell did they get through that hole? I really want to see the video.
They didn't mention the time that the maintenance man could be facing. They just said what the charges are.
I'm talking about everybody. I want to know what they getting when they come back to jail. Yeah, what are you facing? You broke out.
And how would you
And they
just like you
destroyed
said,
property. And they
how
destroyed the
would you
property.
drill that hole and nobody knew what was going on?
That part. Where were the guards? How many
That's
guards
what I'm
was there?
saying. Like, I feel like the prison was neglectful and not like having security. Like,
This
or
is why I get pissed off
officers.
why they paying celebrities all this money just to do what? Say something on a beat that don't make sense, because our music today is dumb as hell, most of it. And you can say anything and get a hit record. I could talk about doodle as long as the beat is got a beat to it and you could dance to it. Y'all, I could get y'all to sing doodle. You know what I'm saying? And I could come up and have a logo of the doodle emoji shirt on, and y'all would know exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that just stupid. But you won't
All
pay
right,
money for
guys, I'm
t-shirts.
out. I'm leaving.
All right, Keeks. See you later,
Kiki,
Keeks.
thank you so much for coming up. Do you have any final thoughts before you get up out of
No
here?
problem.
And send a super chat later.
No, I'm about to go do some research.
And send a super chat later,
Okay.
Keeks.
And then I don't know if we're gonna be going live tomorrow. I'll let y'all know. We are definitely gonna be cooking this weekend though. And season finale is coming up. It's coming up soon. I was looking for that video. I'll have to show it to y'all next time. But all right, Kiki. Hey, Eric. What's going on? Eric's my mentor in real life. All right, Kiki.
Hey,
Eric's
Eric.
my mentor in real life. Eric, we talking about the 10 inmates that escaped from the
He's
New
handsome.
Orleans jail.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah, you know, Eric.
Hey, Eric, I like your glasses.
Eric ain't ugly. I saw him in real life.
I like your glasses.
But Eric got a wife and Lady got a husband, so you need to stop.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, we're talking about the 10 inmates that escaped jail. 5 of them have been captured, and 5 of them remain at large. 2 women were arrested for aiding and abetting, and they're blaming it on the maintenance worker.
Yeah, but what they gonna do with him? They gonna take his what's her name? She didn't leave because of you. She had left already. She was trying to leave.
You know what? This is the longest time Kiki's ever been on this panel.
Fact.
She was up here for a good minute.
An hour.
So she was up. She was up here for a good minute. Eric, you funny though. What were you gonna say though, lady?
I don't know. She was bored though. She's like, I ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna kick it with y'all.
But you know, that's the thing about YouTube. You be like, damn, I done sat in the same place all day long.
Yeah.
I don't know how people be on here for like 12 hours, 6 hours. What you got? What you drinking, lady? What you got in that cup?
Coffee. I didn't get my
Okay.
coffee yet. I can't show my logo because, you know, it's like we on the TV. And you got to hide your logo so you don't get copyright.
Oh, yeah. I know you're talking about how they be like taking the Gatorade logo off the bottles and
Yeah,
all
so
that
you
stuff.
know where it's from by looking at the cup.
Mm-hmm.
It's from, you in Alaska. So y'all probably ain't got no 7-Eleven.
We don't have 7-Eleven here, but when I was in Oregon, we did have 7-Eleven.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Y'all bougie.
Eric said I haven't heard anything about that. See, that's why I be covering these topics. I know Lady wants me to be in the kitchen and stay in the kitchen.
This is a food channel. It's not no news
Look,
anchor channel.
It's my channel. And if I want to talk about the news or if I want to cook, I'm going to do that.
Go ahead. And you know, if I want to be seen,
And Lady
let
going to be
me
right here
know
supporting me.
And I'll let you know if I'm going to be there or not. Because I'm tired of this shit. I'm just playing. You know I don't care. I got to be petty sometimes.
And then Eric said, I'll look it up and tell you my opinion. I can replay one of the videos kind of summarizing it.
Eric, where you been? Under a rock? You didn't hear about this shit? It's everywhere. Even kids heard about this. Who playing outside? They heard about this shit.
Hey, you should gonna treat Eric like that on this channel. We like Eric here.
I got glasses on too, Eric. What's your
he might be under right. That's okay, but we gonna have to come out.
His glasses ain't working, girl. He ain't looking. He seen the TV when it came on, but he wasn't paying attention. He was like, okay. He was like, okay. He just seen a bunch of niggas run. He was like, okay, I get it. When one run, he's like, well, one run, everybody run.
But yeah, Eric, I'm surprised you haven't heard about it. It has been everywhere. Lady is telling the truth about that part. Lady is telling the truth about that part. And we've been talking about it forever. Let me play a short video. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna bring up another video. So we can catch Eric up to speed. Anybody else who don't know what's going on. And Eric said, I don't watch a bunch of TV though. You know what? I don't watch TV either. Let me see. She got a phone call, Lady Popular. She will be coming back and we'll pull her back up on stage when she gets back. I am going to show you guys this video just for Eric because Eric don't know what's going on. So we're going to get you up to speed though. Don't worry.
Happening now in New Orleans, several inmates remain on the run tonight after escaping from a jail in the city. Authorities say the men are considered armed and dangerous, and some are charged with murder. ABC's Melissa Adon has the latest.
New Orleans officials releasing these photos from inside the cell where 10 men are believed to have escaped through the wall overnight, prompting a massive search. The photos show a dislodged toilet inside one of the cells and the words "too easy" scribbled above, pointing to a hole where they believe to have escaped.
There are 1,400 people in this jail, over the city council 1250 limit. So can you monitor every single person every day? No, we don't have the bodies to do that.
Deputies discovered the men were missing during a routine head count that prompted the jail to issue emergency protocols.
Based on video surveillance, they were seen exiting a door on the docks where we normally bring in supplies, scaling a wall, and running across the interstate.
Authorities announcing some of the escapees have been captured. One of the inmates, Kendall Miles, was captured less than 3 miles away from the jail, hiding beneath a car. Miles is charged with attempted second-degree murder. The other inmates facing an array of charges from murder to aggravated assault. Officials believe the toilet could not be removed with bare hands, suggesting someone inside the jail system may have helped the inmates unscrew it with the power tool.
We have reason to believe that there was some assistance with this. That's why we're thoroughly investigating. We placed 3 individuals on administrative leave pending the outcome of this investigation.
The U.S. Marshals are helping local police with the manhunt, and the FBI is offering a $5,000 reward for tips that lead to the wanted men's capture. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I have since increased that reward, I believe, to $10,000, and in some cases $20,000. So they have since increased that reward, and they escaped about 6 days ago. 5 have been captured and 5 are still on the loose. And we were kind of talking about all of the aspects of the whole thing. But yesterday we also did a live stream about this also. And we talked about Rod Wave. Was arrested over a female. He shot off the female's car 14 times, and one of those bullets actually hit his own car. And then we talked about the inmates escaping, and as more inmates get arrested and we find out more information, we're gonna keep bringing it back. Okay, so for tomorrow, I don't know if we're gonna do time for tea. We might come back with time for tea on Monday. I do have some stuff I gotta do in the morning. We are gonna get back into the kitchen. We are gonna be cooking. Look, the foodie gang be trolling me because anytime I'm not in the kitchen, they be mad. They be so mad. And I want to show you guys something before we get up out of here. Yes, Eric, it was absolutely crazy. We have been talking about this nonstop and as we did our research, the story got even crazier. We looked up how the jail looks today on the outside. It looks like an office building. The maintenance worker who helped them is being held in jail on $1.1 million bond. A couple of other workers at the facility that they have not named and they have not said what they believe that they did have been suspended without pay. The sheriff is not going to run for re-election. There's still 5 men on the loose. 2 women were recently arrested, probably yesterday. They were arrested for helping a couple of the inmates with clothes, giving them rides. So, yeah, y'all. Now I'm curious, when we come back, are we gonna say that there's more inmates that were arrested or what? And then Eric said, New Orleans. Yes, it happens in New Orleans. When these 10 inmates escaped, the victims and their families had to go into hiding. One of the gentlemen was convicted in 2024 on a murder charge. In 2025, he escaped jail. So the lawyers, the prosecutors, the families, they were all terrified, and they still are. They went into hiding. So we're gonna have more to report on this story because it's just a lot. They have jails like that in Atlanta that look like office buildings. Wow. And Eric said, how long have they been free? It happened 6 days ago. So the 5 men that have not been captured have been free for 6 days. One of the men was found, or 2 of them were found at someone's house. One of the men was found sleeping outside on a park bench. And so it just. And then Eric said those guys could be in Canada by now. And then he said, or Mexico. And then one of the men, it was about 7 hours before the jail realized that they were missing. And that's because they did a head count. So they had a 7-hour head start. One of the men was captured literally a mile outside, or a mile away from the jail. Just gave up, didn't have no plan. I think that they were focused on how to get out, but not really like what was going to happen after they were going to get out. Okay, I'm going to show you guys something, one of the videos I have coming out. I'm going to get that pulled up for y'all so y'all could see what I'm talking about, Oh, wait, make sure you check out the pre-recorded content that I released yesterday. Check it out this way. They could definitely be in Mexico or another country, or they could be down the street or in Texas. And one of the dudes, Eric, was an escape artist. He had escaped jail 4 of the times. And they housed all these inmates that were violent crimes on the first floor. So it's just been a crazy story. And Eric said they need to look at the guards too. 7 hours and nobody saw nothing on camera. That's the thing. They are alleging that they didn't have manpower or they didn't have workers in this jail and that nobody was watching the cameras. Eric, it's a whole story that is very, very interesting with a lot of twists and turns. This is the first live stream I did on it was yesterday, like the first full live stream. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. This right here is the first full one where we get into it. We're back at the end of the day talking about it some more. I did not know about the $1.1 million, but after this live stream ends, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about this whole situation. And Eric, I agree with you. Nobody was watching the cameras. The doors didn't have sensors. You could literally pull the toilet out, and behind there's a hole to the other side, to the hallway probably. And they wrote too easy on there to just be real disrespectful. Okay. Okay, I wanted to. I'm gonna try to make this bigger. Okay, so this was a video that had come out yesterday. We talked about Darnell Super Chef Ferguson pleads guilty. So we talked about that story yesterday. On Friday, this video is gonna come out. It's I actually was diagnosed. I gotta fix the title of that video. I was diagnosed with a brain tumor in 2020, and a lot of people really don't even really know. And so I have put together a video, so explaining all of it. And one thing I will say, I gotta fix this title. It's supposed to just be brain tumor. Making this video was very emotional for me because I went through this process, but then putting all the clips and all the pictures together was different. So this video will be coming out on Friday, which is tomorrow. Y'all tap in and and shout out to Eric. He said, I see you, chef, nice blouse. But yes, that video is coming out tomorrow. I'm talking about my brain tumor and all that whole story and all that stuff. And in this video, I have pictures of, you know, when I went through my whole process. And shout out to Eric. Eric, I knew Eric. Okay, so apparently I had a brain tumor my whole life, but I never knew till I was 27. So, but when I worked in Oregon, I worked with Eric. He's one of my customers. That was before the brain surgery. So, you know, I never was really able to tell the full story. So yes, that video is coming out tomorrow. Y'all go check it out. And then I remember that brain tumor, we talked about it. Yes. And the reason why I wanted to put this story together is because I feel like here, you know, like I'm really tapped in with y'all. You know, y'all are my people. I want y'all to know like what's going on. This story may help somebody else that may have, you know, like a chronic illness or chronic pain. They may feel like giving up. And so that's why I put this story together that's coming out tomorrow. All right, y'all. But we are the next live stream. I think we're gonna be in the kitchen. Y'all have been saying y'all hungry. Y'all ready to get back in the kitchen? And yes, and then when I was telling Eric about my situation, he also told me that he has a brain tumor too. And Eric is you would never even know if you talk to him. He goes to work every day. He has a beautiful family. Like, it is possible to have, you know, a lifelong condition or a diagnosis or a disorder and live a functioning life. It does not mean that you go and you sit down and you don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just take it one day at a time. So that video is going to be coming out tomorrow. And you know what's funny? Before I became a YouTuber, I'm actually a really private person. And so a lot of people in my real life don't even know this. So, you know, I'm kind of trying to open up. But that's going to be coming out tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to go live tomorrow. I'll let you guys know on my community tab. We might be cooking tomorrow if we do a live. Unless something happens. I will be back here to report on it. But I'm going to wrap up this show. We've been up here for a long time. Time for tea, final thoughts. My final thoughts are stay out of trouble. So you don't even go to jail and have to worry about breaking out or nobody putting money on your books. Just stay out of trouble. Do what Eric is doing. Go to work. Mind your business. And you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. Stay out of trouble. And be mindful that... Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Angela. Shout out to Angela. She's like... Shout out to Angela. She's one of the main moderators on here, always coming in. But yes, that video is going to be coming out tomorrow. I'm actually going to drop that link in the chat. It's going to be coming out tomorrow. It's going to be on YouTube. It's not going to be on Facebook just because of some of the images that are in the video. I don't know. I'm not going to put that on Facebook. It's going to be on my YouTube channel. And you know, I'm gonna have to fix the title of this video. I might have to put something else or something, but we'll see. So this video is going to be on my YouTube channel. It's not going to be on Facebook because some of the images that are in the video, there is also a graphic content warning in the beginning of the video. Just because the images that I'm going to show you guys are going to be graphic in nature, you may not want to have kids around. You may not want to be eating, especially if you got a weak stomach. So that'll be coming out tomorrow. Oh, Eric, look. Eric said, I wonder what can happen for you not to be cooking. Look, cook to the end. If that means I gotta get a griddle and sit at the table, I'm going to cook. Okay. But the reason why I started Time for Tea is because I wanted to start a show where you guys can find me every day. And I want to get better at my StreamYard lives. So, but there's nothing wrong with me. I'm still walking around, cooking, talking, and all that stuff. But that video will be coming out tomorrow. So yeah, tune in. Okay, back to my final thought. Y'all see, y'all distracting me. That's why I be up here all the time talking. Okay, my final thoughts. Stay out of trouble. You don't got to deal with this. Be mindful of who you help that is on the run, because you could really get hemmed up on some serious charges. These women are facing 5 years. So just be mindful of who you help if they are in trouble themselves. Also, hit the like button, leave a comment down below. Yes, I got y'all. Okay, so I'm finna hit y'all with the outro video. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We're probably gonna be back in the kitchen. Have a good day. Stay out of trouble. Let me play this video for y'all before I get up out of here.
Please hold for a very important message.
All right. It's time for tea at 907 Goodies. I will see you guys in the next one. Leave a comment down below after this video ends. Tune in to my testimony about how I have a brain tumor tomorrow. That video will be coming out. I'll see y'all next one. Foodiegang, gang, gang. 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 This is Chef Big Bang. Thank you so much for watching at 907 Goodies. Make sure you hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next Wednesday.